Hello and welcome to episode 60 of In PS We Trust, a PlayStation podcast. My name's Davey, and joined with me, as always, is the fine wine himself, Philip Hoy.
Big quiz, baby. Episode 60, and we are live in person.
Woo!
Woo!
Let's go.
It's going to be a great time today. It's going to be a great time. But before I even go into what's going to be coming up today and what we got in store for you, of course, I've got my little sexy little poppet himself. My little Milky Bar kid. Oh, Spencer Davis is here.
Tell you what, I'll take it over being called a chocolate log.
Yeah.
So yeah, not bad.
It's a slight upgrade, isn't it?
It's slightly.
Massive upgrade. You keep calling me little.
It's just your little dick.
Wow.
You know, you mentioned about your
Could've said my
nipple.
height.
Well, yeah, I don't want to do that. It's insulting, isn't it? It's insulting.
My dick.
You love it. You love that small dick. Anywho, every 10 episodes of In PS We Trust, we have a quiz. The big quiz. Whereby we each bring 5 questions each to the table. Each wrong answer nets a shot. The winner, after all 3 individual quizzes conclude, is going to be the winner for the next 10 episodes. And my crown as the last champion, the best champion, some say, the people's champ, will be passed over to whoever wins. So can I make it 2 in a row? Well, yeah, it would be my third time, but
Your
it would
third time.
third time,
2 in a row.
three-time champ. Can Spence even it up so it's 2 all each, or will Phil move ahead to 3
Obviously,
quizzes?
that's what's going to happen tonight.
We'll see. But we got a long road ahead. So what we're going to be doing today, listener, is the same kind of thing we always do. We're going to kick off with a question, going to then move it into what we've been playing, go on to quick news. We've got a stack of news for you, some really exciting stuff, and then dive straight into the quizzes. So, question time. Guys, there's been a lot going on with cyberpunk recently, and the cyberpunk kind of genre. It's had a bit of a nice, like, kind of recovery story, I suppose, if you will.
Okay.
You know, the game launched, it was pretty bad, but
And we trashed it on the podcast.
Yeah,
Yeah, we did, yeah.
Me
Over.
especially, I shat on it.
Yeah.
And over and over.
yeah, it got put in the body bag. Really,
It
didn't
did.
It did.
And we're not sorry.
Deserved it. If anything, it did
Yeah.
deserve it. Anywho, the one thing about it though is that the world is extremely interesting, and that world of cyberpunk. So I've been thinking, if body modifications existed and you could get something done, like a cybernetic upgrade, what would you have done?
Oh, that's an interesting one, isn't it?
It should open up a whole world of discussion. Spencer, I'm going to come across to you first.
Okay, well, I don't think it's very fair because I'm the only one out of us who's played Cyberpunk in any capacity, and I'm the only one who's watched the show.
You've watched the show, haven't you?
Nope.
No.
So I'm the most informed.
Okay.
And this one body modification, which is just better than all the rest, and that's the one I'd want.
It doesn't have to be from Cyberpunk, though. It could be fictional, right?
Anything you want.
Yeah, yeah. So you
Yeah.
could have an extra leg, an extra arm, whatever you want.
Spider Kid, yeah.
Yeah.
And he just got like 8 legs.
Yeah.
It'd be
A third eye, possibly.
Yeah, like Chen.
like Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange did well off it.
Yeah, he did.
Look terrible. Well, the one from the show I'd go with is the Sandevistan, and what that is, he's got like a little thing in his spine. It goes up his spinal column on his back.
Right.
But it's just when he activates it, he just moves like the fucking Flash.
Super speed.
Basically, super speed. It's sick.
Wow.
It's sick. But
He's done it. So you shouldn't have gone to him first, should you?
Yeah, if I could have just a body modification that would be probably more practical and realistic, extra hand would be quite nice, wouldn't it?
An extra hand. Where would you have it?
Next to my podger.
Just the hand.
Just the hand
part.
down there.
Yeah, hand goes above it, right? Because the thing is then...
You can protect yourself.
No. When you're doing the do, it's doing this. It's doing this.
What woman is ever going to be like, they pull it down and there's a hand down there?
No, but as soon as they try it, life, bruv. They're there for
They're
life.
never going to try it.
Hands doing this.
Is it a realistic hand or like a robot hand?
No, realistic.
That'd be terrifying.
Looks like a realistic hand. Is it warm? Because if you think a cybernetic hand, it's going to be
quite cold. to
metal
touch.
hand, right?
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
Terminator hand.
Yeah, but it's
Grabbing
only
you.
cold because it's in a cold environment. It's like outside, isn't it? If it's like in somewhere hot, something like a metal arm isn't going to be cold.
And can you control the strength of that hand, or is it just open or close?
You got full control.
Full control. Okay. Okay.
If you can't fully control it, you're not getting a body modification. You're not getting one. So you need full control. It's just in it.
The thing I do like about it, away from the sexual stuff, is that, like you said, you alluded to this. You said about like it can protect you.
It's like a cup.
Yeah, when you're about to get kicked in the bollocks, your hand will block. Can you imagine
if
like,
you play cricket?
If something comes over, like a ball's flying for your nads, and the hand catches it, bursts through your zipper, just catches this thing, and you're like, whoa, and crushes it as well. And you're like, what the fuck?
Or someone comes behind you and just tries to kick you in the nuts. They see you in the street and go, I really like the other two on the podcast, but you, fuck you, boom.
Yeah,
goes to kick you, and the hand comes out, grabs them.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe.
All right. I quite like it. I think it's a bit freaky. I don't think
it is freaky. Yeah.
You'd never get any action.
The thing is, you bring a girl home, right? You just like, I need the lights off. I don't like having the lights on. Just don't let them know. Just don't let them know. The hand's like fully up, trying its best to stay away whilst they're touching you and stuff.
Tucked behind your belt.
Just staying away. And then as soon as you're doing the do, it's go time. And then they're going to be like, what did you do last night? Like, what was going on? And they'll be like, I got to show you something.
And then they pull back the cover and they're like, this happened again.
What if she goes down on you? It'll be a bit like Aliens. Like a face hugger.
That's the
like
thing. The hand's
grabbing
going
you.
to have to be like this.
Pushing them down. It's just pushing them down all the time. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Grimo.
Oh, that's a horror story. That is an absolute horror story waiting to happen. What about yourself, Mr. Holly? What would you go for?
Well, what I would go for, and I think it's an extension to what I've bought recently. So I'll let you in on a little story. When I was over in the States, I go there every year, and I always indulge in a little bit of shopping in the Apple store.
Okay.
Because pound for dollar, and plus it's a little bit cheaper there overall. So I went for the new Apple AirPods Pro. And they are almost as good as a cybernetic implant, because when you wear these babies, it's like wearing hearing aids. It gives you better hearing. Yeah. I swear, I put them on passive, so you can have music on, you can not have music on, and you can hear everybody around you, but your hearing is better. So I've already gone and done what you've asked us to do in your hypothetical. I've gone out there and bought them myself.
Okay.
Myself.
So you'd have slightly better than normal.
Slightly better than normal.
Nothing better.
I wouldn't want to go superhero, because you don't want to draw attention to yourself.
He's getting to the point where his hearing's going.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
he's trying to be like...
It's a cheap hearing aid, isn't it?
You just want to get not cheap. You just want to get a little bit better than what you are. Everyone's striving for that next step, and that's what I think I need. Just slightly better hearing. Maybe next I'll go for slightly better vision with the Google Glass, potentially.
Oh my God. Well, okay. All right, fair enough.
You're going to have some stupid one, I know you are.
I think for me, you're thinking about getting anything done, right? You got to think about the practical application for stuff. I want a go-go gadget arm. I want it to be a case that whatever you want out of it, like 1 minute it's a blade arm,
right.
The next thing...
I didn't see that episode of the Gadget Show.
Oh, well, this is the thing. Cybernetic upgrades doesn't have to exist now in reality. You know, like Spencer's getting another bloody hand attached to his dick, right, around his pelvic area, around your groin.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'd have a go-go gadget arm, so I could be like, go-go blade, right? And it just turns to like Terminator T-1000 style blade arm.
Right.
Chopping stuff. You got to chop some cheese. Don't want to go into the knife drawer, or they're all dirty, they need washing up. Blade arm comes in clutch,
yeah,
right?
But then you also have to wash your blade arm, unless you just...
No, you just put it back in. You just let your body clean it for you.
And
some cheese.
And you always get a +1 on one of my quizzes when I go and get you to search around the kitchen for a fork or a knife. You could just go gadget, whatever it would be.
Yeah, exactly.
And you've already got it.
Gadget 30 knives.
I'm thinking,
30 knives.
I'm thinking you could have like a lighter in there. You could have a bottle opener. You know, like this. You've basically got a Swiss Army knife. What I'm thinking, but massive, like a massive, like Rambo style blade the size of your arm, and you never have to worry if you're going to get robbed in the street.
Yeah.
They pull out a knife or whatever, little switchblade, and you just go, massive fuck off blade. And you just like, they'd be like, shit. Like, no one would mess with you, bro.
There's a little bit of a limitation, though, with your idea.
Go on.
And that's, you've got to say go gadget, whatever that item is.
That's true.
So say, for example, we were back in the last quiz with Spencer's hypothetical, and the people have gagged you. You'd have no chance of getting out of that three-way.
No, yeah, you wouldn't. You wouldn't. That's the only.
It doesn't work on thought. You have to verbally say it.
Yeah, and
There's the downfall.
And the problem is that because I'd probably be one of the first people to adopt this technology, it would be like the early stages of Alexa, right? Where she doesn't listen all the time.
Gets
She'd
it
be
wrong.
like, you'd be like, go gadget corkscrew, and instead you just get like a random object, like a teaspoon. And you're like, for fuck's sake.
Or you'll be just talking to someone normally, and something else will just pop out your arm.
Big blade stabs him in the
Yeah.
chest.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I didn't mean that. I meant babe, not blade.
Yeah, that's the downside. So there's
I can see
definitely
that.
a limitation, but I think it would be just really practical, and it would be a party trick as well. You could just pull it out. But I'm thinking, how many times do you need to cut stuff? Quite regular. I use a knife
whenever
every
you get
day.
a parcel, whenever you cook, well, that's it.
That's twice a day at least.
Twice you get a parcel every day, and you
Probably.
cut stuff to cook every day.
Yeah, easy. Cut some meat.
Do you know what
Cut
you
some
could do?
meat.
Go gadget pizza cutter.
That would be handy as hell.
I've never had one of you.
I've got one. I got one.
Got one now?
Yeah, I got one. But the problem is, it's not a good quality one. It's like one of those
Right.
plastic ones, and it's way more effort than a knife.
Yeah.
Although this does lead me into something completely unrelated, guys. But I hope you allow me. About
Who
pizza.
who can stop you?
No one can stop me right now. You know pizza, right?
Yes.
Right.
There's this debate that's raging online
Go
at
on
the
then.
moment between the perfect way to cut a pizza, and some people have been saying,
Fold.
"What?
Fold it.
What do
Have
you
you
mean?"
seen the people that fold the pizza so they can get more in their mouth at one
calzone.
stage? It's like the speed eaters. They fold it in a certain way so they can get more in their mouth.
It's a calzone, isn't it?
Well,
Well,
yeah.
there we go. Yeah.
I've done that.
So maybe you don't have to cut it at
Frank
all.
and Benny's. Frank and Benny's, you get oven cooked pizza, they don't cut it. So I was like, oh, fuck it, I made it a burrito. And I just ate it.
The amount of grease that's been coming off
It was
that
fine.
thing,
It was
say,
lovely as well.
You need a go gadget cloth for that one. Jesus Christ! But people have been using a spatula. I saw
Okay.
online people
Yeah.
cutting it with a spatula, and I thought, what is wrong with you? Like, what has happened to society where we got to the point where we don't use a knife, we don't use a pizza cutter, a tool designed for the pizza. Instead, it's a spatula. And this is why, audience, how do you cut your pizza? I don't care about your cybernetic upgrades anymore. It's gone bigger than this. It's gone global now. How do you cut your pizza? I need to know this right now because it's been bothering me for days.
What's coming out of your go-go gadget arm to cut your pizza?
What are you having? What are you having?
Let us know.
Let us know right into the email. So, guys, that brings us then on to what are we drinking today. We are, of course, a big quiz episode are our messiest episodes of an entire run, of 10 episodes. I'm hoping you got something special to bring to the table. Spencer, we always start with yourself. So what are you drinking today?
Okay, well, I've already had an Estrella, courtesy of you. Well, courtesy of me, actually. I bought them.
You bought them.
I bought them. It's courtesy of me. You're welcome as well, Phil.
Thank you very much.
Everyone, yeah. But now, and probably for the remainder of the night, I will be drinking my favourite beverage. It is my favourite beverage. Jameson's Whiskey and Pepsi Max Cherry. There's the whiskey over by there. Watches. There you go. And then to supplement it, or for when we do the games and the quizzes and the challenges and whatever reason, I'm going to have to do a shot.
together with this one.
Yeah, because there's a few. I've also got the Fireball, which is a Spencer classic, really.
Nice.
And what a surprise.
What's your ratios on your whiskey? I know we always talk about ratios when we talk about squash. We talk about prime last episode. What's the ratio on the Jamesons?
Oh, it's a double, and then you top it up, isn't it? But
Yeah, but that's almost half a pint of Coke.
yeah.
Yeah.
Starting off week.
Starting off week, because you know how nights go. It's going to get stronger if I want it to or not. Especially like eventually, Davey's going to go, I'll pour that one for you, Spence.
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a messy one.
I'm going to get trashed.
What about yourself, Mr. Hoy? What strange, eldritch beverage have you brought to the table today? Because you know you're on these nonsense beers you're trying to get through, or you were last episode anyway.
Well, Davey, I am glad you asked. And as Spencer started with the beer that preceded the podcast, I'm going to do the same. I started off with a Coors from the mountaintops. Very, very cold. And it was very, very nice. But I've moved on, as you said, to a strange beer from my stash that is ever growing. I can never seem to eliminate any of the beers that are stacked over there. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Well, hey, I'm on the Street Life. It's a pale ale, 4.2%, but I'll be switching up every drink from now on. I'll never be drinking the same
Whoa.
Was in for this episode?
for this episode.
I was going to say the eternity. Rest of the show.
Life.
Well, there's
Gone
enough
night
beer
out
over
life.
there where I could just drink a different beer for the rest of all these podcasts, probably.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. Good God. And so I see by the Jaeger, I assume you're shot in that tonight?
How did you see that? I thought that was a little bit subtle over there in our dressing of the table. But yes, I was over in Germany and I bought myself a massive bottle of Jägermeister, as you do. It was ridiculously cheap, so hopefully we can get through a little bit of that tonight.
All of it.
You'll be on your own on that one, I'm afraid, my friend.
My quiz, my rules.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I can't.
6 Jaegers.
I can't follow. Fucking hell. Well, guys, I thought I'd go for something different. We're always trying different kind of beers and everything. And lately, or the last 10 episodes, I'd say probably the podcast, we've gotten a little lazy, I'd say. We're trying different things. We haven't really had too much variety, especially you've had Prime, I suppose, and you've had this nonsense
Most
lager.
episodes, I drink different drinks.
It's nonsense lager, mate.
It isn't always Budweiser with me.
You almost said Bud Light then.
Yeah.
I've moved off the Bud Light. It's been a long time since I brought Bud Light to the show.
Bullshit. Anyway, so I thought I'd try something different. And because the beer world around by us in, I haven't gone too far, to be honest. It's, Tesco or Asda. Apart from that, cider is very much a case that we go for like one or two varieties of cider. I've gone for something that's called a Black Dragon traditional Welsh cider. And I got to say, I'm, halfway through that bottle now?
Over halfway.
Gorgeous. Really, really nice. It's a 6.4 or 6.5%, so it's quite strong. But it doesn't taste strong. Like sometimes you get a lager and it like blows your fucking head off.
It's thick. Like gravy, basically.
Yeah. Like the proper scrump to it. None of that. Really nice and sweet. Tangy bit of apple. Rate it. Only thing that lets it down, and we're bringing this back up. The label.
Fuck's sake.
You can emboss that dragon and make that feel lovely, and it feels like something, not enough. So for the Gwynt y Draig, the Welsh Cider and Perry Company, Gwynt y Draig, Draig is dragon.
We'll put subtitles at the bottom for all the English listeners.
Yeah,
We won't.
sort it out. It's award winning. Could have had an award from us on the podcast, and it ain't coming now. So sort that label out, and you got yourself an award, please.
Did you have to pay import duty bringing that into England? Because, of course, we're at my house in England, good old England, recording the podcast tonight. So you've brought that muck over from Wales.
Smuggled it in, mate.
The only thing...
Where did he smuggle it?
You don't want to know. You don't want to know. But it was...
Go gadget on.
Yeah, straight in there. Go bottle hider.
Go
That other hand was just holding it.
Jesus Christ. One thing I definitely will be avoiding is the tragic water over here in this part of the world. But apart from that, we're not going to be drinking any water at all. It's going to be straight on to beverages. And speaking of, I've got 4 shots to give out from the last big quiz from episode 50.
You have?
Guys, I want you both to do a shot, please.
You also didn't say what shot you're shot in tonight.
Oh, I'm shot in limoncello tonight. So I'm back on. I learned from last time, and last time it was gorgeous. Even after I had like 4 of them, they were still nice. So I'm hoping
I never tried one in the end, so I'd quite like to try one tonight.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're probably going to have 10 at least tonight. So it's going to be a bit of a messy time.
30%, why not?
I meant on the show, not when Phil's gone to bed, mate.
We'll be doing them all. So
You're in the same bed tonight, boy, so good luck.
There it goes.
I'll be coaching right
That's what we're
up.
used to.
I'll be so flat out drunk later on. I'll be sleeping. The only problem is I'll be sleeping with this crown after I win today, baby. So as soon as I win that's going on my head, Spence, and you're getting put through the wall, mate. And that's what's going to happen, my friend. That's what's going to happen.
I do when I was drinking. Didn't you?
Christ.
You could be my little princess. Let's get these shots underway, shall we?
Okie doke.
Fuck me.
Let's rack them up. Racks on racks. So I'll start off with a Jägermeister.
Okay, nice.
And then I'll need to get some Red Bull because I only do the Jaeger bombs. What are you having, Spence?
It's like a bartender,
Well,
isn't he,
I
over there?
fucking moved the lid out the way while you pop it down. The lid's...
He's hoping it would absorb some of it so he didn't have to do a full shot in it. No, he's game ready. Put that on his head later on. You would have thought one pump of that would do a shot, wouldn't you? Seems like a bit of a design flaw.
Well, it took, to be fair, it took 2 pumps for it to start flowing properly.
Ah.
It normally does, mate.
Yeah.
Needs a little bit of warming up, 2 pumps.
Yeah.
Penny dropped.
Love that.
I like that a lot. That was a good one.
I'm going to be obviously doing the Spam Pie Classic. Oh, baby.
Ooh, fireball. Could we pass your shot glass?
Yes, please. So I'm not. If I can do a limoncello, which I'm sure I'll probably do a few.
Do you want to do one now?
No, I don't want to start on one. So if I start on this is the worst one.
Fair
The
enough.
limoncello, when I'm a bit cut, will go down fucking smooth. There's
Smooth
no
as
way this is one shot, by the way.
That's double.
Am I doing a double?
Yep.
We're doing doubles, are we?
Well, whatever the shot glass gives you.
Dubs, yeah.
I'd have brought my own. What the fuck do you mean?
It's dubs, yeah.
Well, then does that count for 2 or 1?
Look at this. It's a massive one. This is definitely a double.
Well, that's energy drink.
Yeah. And the amount.
Oh, fucking hell, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
right
definitely
to the
a
top.
double.
Oh, I'll tell you what then. I'll get
Go
mine
for
out
a
of the way
double.
straight away. Go for a double. I'm out of shots then to give.
Okay.
Straight off. They're done.
I think you should join us on a double. I've got 3 to hand out, so that
All right.
leaves me 1 in the bag. So let's see your double as we do a double. Let's double.
Doubles. Can you pass me a shot glass, my friend?
Fuck, no, what way to
Go with
start?
it.
We're not even on what we're playing.
Oh.
Oh, listen to this. listen.
Basically, going to have to chug this because it is a lot of volume there, viewers.
Here we go. Look at
You,
this.
you get the mix yours, mind. Ours is just straight.
Guys, here we go.
Oh,
Oh, that's lovely, that.
That is quite
That
sexy.
smell.
you've never had limoncello?
No.
Oh, this would be brilliant later.
Gorgeous. It's really nice. Luckily, this has got a measure in it.
Yeah.
That's handy, isn't it?
What does?
Shot glass.
Oh, I fucking filled it way more than you do.
That's a user error, my friend.
We
That
got
is a
different
user-
shot glasses.
Double.
Double
Fuck,
doubles.
what the
Cheers.
fuck? Hang on.
Might take me 2 times to drink this, but
Oh, if
Okay,
mine
let's
takes
go
me 2
tip it
times,
over.
I'll die. I have to do it in one.
All right. Oh, smart.
otherwise that would have gone everywhere. Sorry, viewers and listeners, but I'm licking my fingers, not anything else.
It's ASMR, that is. They'll like that. They'll make it.
Cutting that out.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers, guys. Cheers.
Welcome
chin,
to the
chin.
big quiz.
Chin chin, slauncher,
Chin, chin.
slauncher.
Fuck me.
Lovely.
That was an entire mouthful.
Oh.
Gorgeous.
Horrendous.
Right. Well, on that note, let's move it on to what we've been playing.
This time on NPS We Trust. What have the boys been playing?
So it's been 2 weeks since the last podcast episode, and I'm desperate to know what you guys have been up to. Now, usually I just pass this straight over to Mr. Spencer Davis himself. However, there's one game that's been appearing time after goddamn time on this podcast, and that is God of War Ragnarok. I, of course, have finished it. I want to know if you guys have finished it, how far you've got, and what your thoughts are on the overall experience. Now, Mr. Hoy, over to you.
Mate, I'm looking worried. Because you know, Spencer knows, and I'm sure our listeners and viewers know that I haven't completed it yet. Those following me on PSN won't have seen the Platinum Trophy pop just yet. So you're not going to get, ooh, it's a Platinum just yet from me. But I am 35 hours into the game at the moment. I feel like I'm getting close to the end because I've killed some very notable characters, which we won't go into. And I'm currently being chased around kind of an open world part to the game, which is very interesting, by a dragon and trying to find a friend who fell off a flying boat. So it has got very, very weird at the moment. But I'm level 6 or 7 now on the weapons. So I feel like I'm getting towards the end of that progression tree. So I think, yes, the end is in sight with the game. It feels like it's wrapping up anyway.
Yeah, knowing where you are, I know obviously, listener, we're keeping this very much spoiler free at the moment. We will have a spoiler cast coming up as soon as everyone has wrapped the game and we're done with it. So you're going to have to just stay patient for that one. But I know where you are, and yeah, you're definitely in the third act. There's not too much left for you to do before you call it a day.
I have been trying to do everything, though. I have gone back to do some of the side quests because I think one of your comments on a previous podcast was that I missed killing one of the bigger beasts or something. It was one of the trophies that you had noticed that I hadn't done. But I don't check trophies. I'm not really into that. But I think I went back and slayed that beast, and I probably popped that trophy.
Nice. Great stuff. So what are your thoughts on the game at this point? Now you're this many hours, 35 hours in. Has your opinion changed? I think before, when we spoke about ratings on the show, which we didn't do on the last episode, on episode 59, I think you were giving it a 8 out of 10. I think you were going for.
Yeah.
Has that changed since I think it was episode 58. Might be 57. I'm not even sure. Been a while.
Well, I think it's going to be hard for this game, for me personally, ever to reach the 10 out of 10s. And I'll be honest with you. You know, it's not The Last of Us. It's not Metal Gear Solid. It's not Death Stranding, right? There's something extra in those games that sort of grabs me. With this IP, it's a very, very good game. But I'm not as invested as you guys, right? I don't get that little glint in my eye when I talk about it that you do, because I know for you it is a 10 out of 10 game.
Yeah, easy.
You know, and I'm sure it is for many of our listeners and viewers and potential players of the game, that it is going to top their charts because it is very, very good. But for me, there's just something with the story that doesn't resonate as heavily as maybe it does with you guys. So I'd probably stick around the 8 at the moment, but I'm yet to wrap it. Potentially it would be a 9 because there is lots of new things that are still coming into the game. As I mentioned earlier, the open world stuff seemed to, you know, take me by a little bit of shock when I got into that world. And I was like, oh, we got an open world part here. This was quite cool, right? Where you're running around that desert, as opposed to maybe on the boat or on the dogs in the earlier acts.
Well, I don't think we'll have long. I think, you know, within the next 2 episodes anyway, I'd say you'll be done with the game. And it'll be interesting to hear kind of your closing thoughts before we move it into full spoiler cast territory. Mr. Spencer Davis, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts, or how am I doing?
Well, a bit of both. I want to hear it all. Just go for it. I love this game. Okay. So I'm more than happy, and I'm going to nick
my keys,
your bottle opener, and your keys. You're not going anywhere, mate. Not until you give me your God of War thoughts.
Okay, well, I want to first begin by saying, Phil, mate, I'm gutted. Because all week, or like for like the last 2 weeks, every time me and Dave have been playing something, I'll be like, I think Phil's going to beat it by the episode, you know? I think, yeah, because I've seen you online, and I've seen you come online.
I've been online a lot playing
I've seen you come online, you've been online for like 4 or 5 hours straight playing God of War. I'm like, I think he's done it. I think he's going to do it. And I haven't checked your trophies because I've wanted to believe. But
I've let you down, mate. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sad to hear it. Me, on the other hand, I fiended this game for a little bit, for like maybe a week, every single day, until you came online anyway, Davey. I just played God of War. As soon as I got home from work, God of War, until about 8, 9 when you got on. And then if you were doing a review or something else, just all night God of War. What a game. I finished it, put 43 hours into it, I think, to finish it.
43.
Roughly. And I do have the platinum.
Ooh,
congratulations, mate.
Well done. Well done.
Yes.
So now we've wrapped it, seen it all to completion. And remember, keep this very much spoiler free if you can help it, because I know it's very hard. I've been struggling with this since I finished it back in November. What are your thoughts on the game? How do you rate it?
Okay. So if you recall, everyone recalls, it was last episode, I said Elden Ring was my game of the year because I hadn't finished God of War yet. Gone. Gone out the window.
Really?
God of War is my game of the year by far. Wow. It's a 10 out of 10. And you might notice I've changed my avatar on PlayStation from Joel to Kratos.
Oh, shit. I hadn't noticed that. I had not noticed that.
That's because I think I'm going to replay Last of Us Part 1 before I'm concrete about it. God of War Ragnarok might be my favourite game of all time.
Wow.
Wow. That is high praise.
Oh, my God.
Might be. I couldn't put it down. Could not put it down. Any side quest, any main quest, all of it, I was just so absorbed. And that's so rare for me in a video game. And I haven't really
You don't
felt
play
it.
a lot of like single players though, do you? Like,
No, I only do it if it's
yeah.
like for a platinum or if it's something we kind of need to play or I just feel like I should play it. But it's rare for me to actually be craving to play a game when I get home. Craving for it. Like Callisto, I played it once. I played Callisto, by the way. We'll talk about that in a bit. I've played it once. I haven't touched it again. And I will. I'm sure I will. But I have this tendency to play a game, put it away for like a week and then revisit it. God of War, I couldn't. Oh, I did. I did. But as soon as I got back to it and I got to a point, it was like, no, I have to see where this goes. And then it goes, then it goes, then it goes, and it keeps going until it stops. And what a beautiful moment it is. What a game. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Potentially my favorite game of all time, if not number 2.
Wow. I mean, I was worried when I listened back to episode 59 and we did our Game of the Year discussion. And obviously we were quite drunk by the time we did our final parts of that. And in listening back, I was thinking, have I kind of overhyped God of War Ragnarok? I feel that way about it, right? The way that I was really, shoveling so much praise on it, saying this has been my top 3 games of all time, all that stuff. And I was thinking, oh God, what if I'm the only one that feels this way, right? What if we wrap it and you guys like 7s, 8s, maybe low 9s, 6, and 6, like Metal Gear Solid, which is still the biggest travesty on this podcast of all time.
Wow.
And so it's quite nice, really, to see that little bit of kinship there, that you've kind of come away from the experience the same as myself. Truly special game. And I'm sure you probably feel the same way as me right now, where you just want to be able to talk about it, right?
I'm desperate, mate. Desperate to talk about it. I can't wait for this podcast. It's also crazy because I didn't really like God of War 2018.
Yeah.
I really didn't like it that much. I rated it probably like a 7 or an 8. I thought it was good, but I just wasn't that invested. I wasn't that keen. I thought the melee was all right. But everything is just turned up to 11 in this game, and it's just, chef's kiss.
Isn't that mad, though? Because a lot of people on Twitter, and we'll go back to kind of probably a previous conversation that we had on an earlier podcast, they were saying that this just looked like DLC. But you're saying this is something completely different now. So for the guys out there and the girls that listen to the podcast, viewers, hello, you need to play this because it is a progression from where the last game ended, really, you know, in every aspect.
Yeah. I think it's the, what's the term for it? The holy grail of sequels, I'd say, probably. I wouldn't say it's the standard of a sequel because nothing's ever going to achieve it. It's the highest a sequel could achieve compared to the prior. Because most sequels come along, no sequel is ever rated as high as the game prior. It just never is. It's very rare that it does. But
odd exception, isn't it?
Odd exception.
Very odd exception.
But it's very rare.
Portal 2, yeah.
Yeah, Portal 2 is a better game.
I mean, the Resi games, 2's always been higher than 1. Generally.
I don't think on Metacritic it's not.
No?
Really?
Yeah, okay,
Metacritic
maybe I'm
not.
just thinking about,
I think it's
people on Twitter. The fans.
Yeah, fans would say it. It's not on Metacritic, though. I think it's a few points lower.
Because everybody rates 4, then 2, then 1.
Yeah. That's the way it goes.
Yeah. Half-Life 2,
yeah.
1.
But yeah, you see, these games that you're bringing up now are seminal experiences, right? These are games that are, still talked about 20 plus years later, right? So
yeah, I'm still flying the flag for both of those games.
So to have like God of War be in that, and I gotta say, I completely agree with you. Yeah. I think I said this on the last episode, so I don't want to, really just keep going on about this, but it just does everything better. Every single thing about it that makes it a video game.
Except the compass.
Compass is still as bad as the first
Compass
game.
is terrible. I got used to it towards the end. I got used to it. And it's not leading you directly to the place. It leads you to the path. But then it's also doing this the entire time on top of your screen. And you're like, what the fuck? Where am I going?
Just
and they'll say up and you'll go towards it to go up. And then it's a bloody hook thing you haven't even unlocked yet. You're like, what the fuck? What the fuck, game? And then that's it.
Just ignore it, man.
You have to spider Kratos up the wall, He's shooting webs these days.
You can't. It's blocked by a little thing. And that's where it's telling you to go. It's bullshit. The compass is terrible. Everything else, every single other aspect of the game is near or is perfect.
Wow. So we're just waiting on yourself now, Mr. Hoy. As soon as
Shouldn't be long.
As soon as you wrap it, Phil, then we'll be able to dive into a spoiler cast. And of course, stay tuned to our socials, especially Twitter. We're at InPS We Trust. Or at PS We Trust. What are we these days?
At InPS We Trust. Yeah, it's the Gmail. It's the email that's just PS We Trust.
So go on to there and you can keep up to date with whenever that spoiler cast is coming to pass. It's not long away now. Thank you for your patience. So, guys, with that out of the way, let's go on to some other games we've been playing. And Spencer, I want to come back to you. You mentioned about Callisto Protocol. Obviously, I did a review on this. It's a 33-minute review, so I gave a very short thing. We had a very quick discussion, I think, you and me, Phil, on Callisto. What are your thoughts on the game, Spencer? And how kind of far into it are you? Go kind of like hours-wise, I suppose.
I think I'm about maybe 3 hours in, maybe less, maybe more.
All right.
I think 3 to 4.
Okay, probably a good quarter of the way through then.
Yeah, probably.
It's not a long game then.
No.
Traditional survival horror, in terms of length, about like 9 hours.
But I don't know. It's not. I love Dead Space as well. I truly love Dead Space. Dead Space 2 especially is one of my favorite games of all time. It's probably in my top 5, if not barely outside of it. I love it. Callisto, it just doesn't grab you the same way. The combat's just not the same. The storytelling's, it's fine. The motion tracking on the faces and stuff, beautiful. Some of the best I've ever seen. Really beautiful. But that's about it. That's where it excels. Everything else is fine. I think I talked to you about it, and I've missed a weapon. So I don't know
You
what.
have the skunk gun, yeah.
I've missed a gun.
It's like a pistol shotgun, listener, that I found really useful in my playthrough. There's some people who say you don't even need it, but I found it essential.
I hope I don't need it. Bloody hell.
Well, you got no choice. You got no choice now. You can't go back to any areas. So as soon as you move on, you move on, right?
So if you've missed something like me,
I thought in your review you mentioned there was a lot of like backtracking.
No. There's exploration
yeah.
around like that area you're in.
Right.
But as soon as you leave it,
you're done.
Ropes.
Yeah. Okay.
So, especially if you go in for like collectibles and stuff, if you're not careful,
you miss
gone.
it.
Gone.
Yeah, they're gone.
I
noticed
hate when
that.
they do that.
Yeah.
Not that I collect trophies, but it's just annoying, isn't it?
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah.
for Spencer's sake, with a gun. That,
Yeah, a weapon
as you
I
said,
might
is
need.
super important.
yeah.
Yeah.
But to be fair, I have one gun at the minute, and it's the standard pistol. And it's a case of the way the combat works in this game is there's a dodge. There's no dodge window. Makes no sense. All you do is that if you're holding left and an enemy attacks you, you're going to dodge to the left. It just does it on its own. Makes no sense. And then you have to, if you want to dodge like in a sequence, dodge again, you have to switch to the other position. And it kind of aids you to dodge away from the opponent's attacks, but not really. It doesn't matter too much. But you do that, then you melee them a few times, and then a little marker will come on their head, and that's where you shoot. That's the only time I ever use my weapon. Ever.
Would you say they've simplified the combat then, Spence? Because to me, listening to that, I've never played the game, but if you're just holding left or holding right, that sounds a little bit easy.
It's easy when there's one enemy. The thing is, the game is a piece of piss. Easiest game you've ever played if there's one enemy in front of you. If there's 2, or God, 4 or 5 enemies, it's the most difficult game you've ever played. Because you're dodging one, then there's 3 behind you attacking you. You've got a pistol, which you don't even want to use. Because I don't. And that's it. You can only dodge this way, or you can block. You hold back to block. I never block. I haven't blocked once in this game.
You get a good stun combo if you do block. If you do block, you take a bit of damage, but you can sweep the leg.
Yeah, but why would I take damage?
Well, that's the thing.
That's the thing. I'm
That's
going to
the thing.
dodge.
It's dodging for pussies. It's the blocks.
It's dodging for pussies.
It is. It's like baby's first block.
It's like using a big shield instead of a parry shield. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, yeah. Yes, yes, Mr. Hoy. We'll get more into that when we get there. So when I did my review of Callisto, I want to ask you about this because I felt at the time that there was just a lot of lessons that they could have taken from previous works, namely Dead Space, because of course this is Glenn Schofield who's done this. This is Striking Distance's first game, being published by Crafton. And Glenn Schofield, for those that love horror games or love Dead Space, will know that he's the guy, the kind of creative genius of Dead Space, one of the 2 creators, where he woke up with a dream about like some bodies floating in space, and then,
as you do,
Dead Space was born, right? And
Realised it, yeah.
And so this game shares a lot of similarities.
Loads, yeah.
In a lot of different ways, especially with the HUD and the kind of design elements.
Stomp.
I found that its plot especially just wasn't realised as much as Dead Space's is. Like in terms of the amount of pickups that you find where it's very detailed about the lore and the world and what's going on, and kind of like breadcrumbing you through the experience. Yeah. How are you finding that kind of element? And do you feel the same way that I do, that it just doesn't compare to what was done like 12 years ago?
I'm a different gamer from you, right? So far, I think this game doesn't really have there's audio logs you find throughout the game, and they don't really explain story as much as they explain characters you meet throughout the story. And for that, I haven't listened to a single fucking one.
Really?
Not one.
In Resident Evil, and we can say it at this stage, you didn't read any of the literature.
Oh, I read all of them.
Later, after we made the comment, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was on Twitch.
Because I'm sure we were watching you and you were just skipping past everything.
Oh, in RE1.
And there was obviously clues in that.
Yeah, in the first game, I was skipping all of them. But then it was to a point of I got used to the game. Because realistically, I haven't played much survival horror in my time, have I? So I got used to the genre, used to the game. Then I started reading everything. And then in the subsequent games, everything.
Read everything, inspect everything, because most things are just on the back.
They are.
So that's where you hide things.
That's where you hide things.
The difference is, for Callisto now, it's an audio log. If it was something I could read, I'd read it. So I can read quite quick. Audio log, you have to deal with how they speak, and sometimes they're like in pain or something, or damaged, they're like taking massive breaks in between stuff. And I got to listen to all that, man. Just transcribe it for me. I got eyes. I'm playing a video game. Let me read.
I tell you what's crazy, right? And listen, this is a recommendation from me, and this is wild to think about. But I listened to the Callisto Protocol. They had I think it's a 5-part, it might be even more than that, podcast called The Helix Station.
Okay.
Which is on all podcast services.
Are you recommending another podcast?
I recommend. It's a narrative adventure.
What? And I got told off for it.
Well, I'm doing it now. This is a narrative adventure. It's supposed to be a companion piece to the Callisto Protocol. It adds nothing to the story. It's its own separate thing. It's its own separate story. But it's really, really good.
Is it?
It's actually a great story. Mm-hmm. And it got me thinking, like, if they can do this in an audio drama and make it really appealing, it was actually quite scary at times and really tense.
Yeah.
Why can't they transpose that to a visual playable medium?
Yeah.
Because the game at the time, the game when I played it, and I know, Phil, you asked me about this, I was saying about like how it's the most gorgeous game I've ever played, you know, especially with the fog effects and the lighting and everything else. But there's just a lack of atmosphere across the entire game.
But where are you laying blame, Davey? Are we talking about the developers themselves? Are we talking about Glenn here? Are we just talking about Twitter? Just like the expectations were just too high because of Dead Space. If this came out without Dead Space, would you just be raving about it?
Oh yeah, probably.
I don't think I would. You know,
I think you would.
I don't. No, because ultimately, no matter what your expectations are, when you've got like 9 hours with the product, right? Like, say it's a demo. Sure, your expectations might not meet 30 minutes, 20 minutes. That might be a big culture shock, right? But 9 hours across an entire experience, you soon forget about Dead Space or anything else. You take it as its own thing. Like, the first hour might be a bit jarring. You might think, Jesus, this isn't what I signed up for.
But the thing about it is, most people played Dead Space before this game came out, just to get back into the momentum of this style of game.
Yeah, that's
because every visual, every kind of thing we were seeing on Game Awards shows, on YouTube, on Twitter, looked exactly like Dead Space. Everyone was like, I'll play Dead Space first, just so I can get back into the mindset. And then they played it and went, she's not as good as Dead Space, is it?
No, it's no one here.
Like,
It's not
surely
close.
the developers knew this was going to happen.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
They probably did, yeah.
And it would have increased sales for the Dead Space guys.
Well, we got Dead Space Remake coming out in a couple of weeks.
It's just a hype piece for
I
them.
was going to say, I think for them, you've got to think, they probably, when they started production of Callisto, they didn't know Dead Space Remake was happening.
No.
And they thought Dead Space has been dead for so long, and it was so loved and such a sick game.
Great.
They thought we'll be the ones to bring it back. And then they announced Callisto, and it's like, Dead Space Remake coming out, by the way.
Yeah.
Also, just all these videos of how much care and thought we've put into Dead Space Remake, and look at these graphics, and they're like, fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck me. And now that's what's happened. Now they look underbaked.
But you haven't played Dead Space Remake just yet, okay?
No, but
so
trust
you're
me.
looking at me with that same glint that you looked at me maybe 6 months ago when we were talking about Callisto Protocol. So calm yourself. Simmer down, Spence. I don't want you slipping up again when you play that in a couple of months and you'll be like, it's not as good.
That's where it
It's
goes.
not as good as the original. Nothing ever is it?
That's what I said. Sequels are never better. That's what we said.
Talk about remakes not being better. Resident Evil
I know.
remake's perfect,
Shut up,
isn't it?
shut up.
Come
Demon's
on.
Souls, bro.
Demon's Souls. There's too many cases for remakes being better. But I digress. It'd be interesting when you get a bit further into Callisto and you can give us kind of your full rounded thoughts on the experience and kind of really go in, because I really didn't, for a game that we hyped up as much as we did, it was on all our Shag, Marry, Kill lists, getting Marys out the wazoo. We haven't really spoke about it very much because I put my review out. So I'll look forward to really kind of picking your brain when you actually do get there, and yourself, Phil. I think
I want to play it.
Yeah, I know it's on
Because
your
I'm
list.
usually the outlier with you guys. I know that what you say, Spencer, tends to pick up on, and it influences you a lot more than maybe me. If anything, a lot of the things you say, I just go against you. just because it's you, right? So maybe I will love it. We'll just have to wait and see.
That'd be wild if you do. I mean, if you do, it'd be great. It'd be a great conversation.
Depends if you're rated higher than God of War or not.
Yeah, yes.
You're rated higher than God of War. It's
you're-
insane. You're off
it'd
the
be wild.
show.
We'll end the podcast. We'll
God.
just end. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see where you go from there. I want to know, though, what would be your score at this point? I know you're not too far in, but what would you rate it?
So far, I'd probably still rate it low 7. Probably, because it is beautiful. I don't think it's the best game on PlayStation. Like, best looking game on PlayStation.
Right.
But that is... Currently, I'm in the attic rather than my bedroom because my father is constructing, as you know he does. And I don't have a 4K TV up there. I'm on a 1080p TV. Oh, yeah. I'm playing 60 FPS. However, the frame rate definitely drops below 60 in Callisto. It 100% does. And I'm in 1080p. Why is it doing that? Bullshit. It's... yeah, no.
You're playing on extra scary mode. I got to play it in the attic. The only other scary place you could play it is in the basement.
Yeah. I got blackout blinds going as well.
Jesus,
Blackout
mate.
blinds, playing headset
You
on.
should love it. You should be jumping all over the place.
It's not scary. It's not a scary game. And that's what sucks because Dead Space is. There are moments in like Dead Space 2 especially where you're like shitting your pants. You don't want to walk forward. But Callisto, you're just like, yeah, I'll just go. Just keep walking. Nothing's that scary. It never actually is. The atmosphere doesn't exist the way it should in that game. It should frighten you, and it really doesn't. There's been one moment in the entire game that actually scared me. One. And I'm not going to spoil it on air. I'll say it afterwards. But one thing, and it was at the very start of the game, and it was nothing to do with anything. And I was like, oh. I looked behind me. I was like, oh, and that was it.
Well, it's so disappointing. It's so disappointing. I don't want to spend any more goddamn time on it. But I will be asking you in the next couple of episodes, and yourself, Lepoy, when you get round to it, and we'll get your full thoughts on the game. But before we get into games we've been playing together, I got one game I want to talk about, guys, if you don't mind.
Here we go.
So
sleeping bags at the ready.
Mr. Monologue. Go gadget monologue.
Go. Pack a lunch, kids. You know that every single year I love those games that are pick your own kind of adventure horror games, namely the Dark Pictures Anthology series.
Oh, yeah.
Now, there was a new one that came out in October. It was already on like my Shag, Marry, Kill list from months ago, and it's called The Devil in Me. And it's the newest one by Supermassive Games. And I gotta say, guys, it's fucking shit. It's so
Christ.
bad.
Yeah.
Do you remember last year I was talking about, I think it's called like House of Ashes or something.
Yeah.
And I was raving about how good it was.
Yeah,
and then
we remember.
over the course of the year, we went to The Quarry, and I was super excited, and that turned out pretty shit, especially the ending. This game, right, me and the wife, like we always do, we started together, and this was New Year's Eve, right? So we're bringing in 2023. So I don't know what this holds for this year. Bringing in the new year, and we start it, having a decent time, and then 4 hours later, it's now 3 o'clock in the morning. My wife says, do you know what, Matt, I'm going to bed. I can't take one more goddamn bit of this. And I was like, it's pretty shit, isn't it? And she was like, it's terrible. And then the next day I was like, right, it's bound to get good now at this point. We're 4 hours into the game.
Right.
So I'm like, it's bound to get good. She's like, I'm not wasting any more of my life on this game.
This is World of Warcraft and Dark Tide. What do you mean not wasting life?
She's not wasting a moment more watching it. And do you know what? I don't blame her, because out of pure stubbornness, I played another 4 hours of this game, and it had one brief moment for about half an hour. It picked up.
Yeah.
Shit. It was like it was like a Toblerone, right? It's a perfect triangle, isn't it? A Toblerone.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was that. It was just that. It was just literally just
bits.
peaked down.
Yeah.
Total waste of my time. Total waste of my time.
And money.
Listeners, please, for the love of God, if you're into this series and you haven't played it yet, it's the worst one by far. Avoid it for all you can. They try and do new gaming mechanics to make it interesting, but all it's done is drag out an experience that should be about 4 hours long max into 8+ hours where most of the time you're walking around. You've got nothing to worry about because you know when you're going to be in trouble because it starts a cutscene that looks totally different from the rest of the game. So you know walking around, there's nothing going to happen. So you just walk around aimlessly, and then when a cutscene comes in, you go, oh, I'll pick up the pad now.
Wait, is it out of engine cutscenes?
It goes into like a cinema kind of style, like, you know, where it goes into like the black lines.
Borders, the screen shrinks a little bit.
You can just tell there's like, the game is really unstable.
Right.
The frame rate's like all over the place, like all the time. So as soon as it's going to transition from a scene to a scene, you've got like maybe 10 frames where you can see it like loading in that. So you know straight away it's going to happen. So it looks exactly the same. The everything's in engine, but you know. And that completely destroys any potential fear in this game.
So do you think they're running out of ideas, or is this a technical issue that the game is suffering from more?
Both.
Kind of both, if I'm honest with you. Like, the thing is, they release them on an annual basis. So you're getting one every single year. And that must be quite hard on development because it means that, obviously, the next one is, you know, a year or so
I'm a
off.
developer. I hate making games. Oh, what have I got to do next year? What, make more games? Oh, please, no. I get people like this in my work. The designers, every time you ask them to do any work, they're like, oh, no, I don't want to do another design. You're designers. Jesus Christ.
Right,
Get
you gotta
a
think.
clue,
You gotta
like.
think though, right? Like, okay, compare The Devil in Me, right?
Yeah.
Compare that to Duke Nukem Forever. How long was that in development?
Oh, forever.
12 years.
Yeah.
It's called Duke Nukem Forever for a reason, isn't it?
It's better
And
than
then
this.
Devil in Me.
It's better. I'd rather play Duke Nukem Forever.
I mean,
any day of the
fair enough.
week.
But that took 12 years. They're doing this every single year. For a game today, back on like PS1 days, a year, calm, bless. Nowadays, it's rough. Games take years to develop properly.
You think that probably the way they're doing it is the same way COD did it, where you split your team up and you've got development cycles that.
So you got one team doing, it's basically
This
biannual
one.
rather than annual.
Yeah, it's bound
But
to
then
be
you
like that.
are also cutting your workforce in half in doing so.
Exactly right.
So there's issues regardless, and there's benefits regardless. But realistically, I would want the entire team doing it on a year. But then you think of ideas throughout the year, and whilst you are developing the one game, you work on plans for the other. So you have like a team of writers. Once they write the story and the game's in work for graphics or gameplay or that, they start writing something else, and you kind of, that's the split. But you never want your developers working on something else, I think.
So what do you think they need to do now to switch it up for the next game? And I think something I've
Oh,
read,
who knows?
or maybe you've mentioned to me, that they are switching engine now to the newer version, aren't they? Do you think that's going to reignite the series or bring anything something special to it?
I think honestly they need to just get rid of the annual cycle.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Because yeah, honestly, because it's the same way I feel about like Assassin's Creed. I loved Assassin's Creed. I bought like every single entry up until Syndicate. I know. I played it that much. Every year I played it, loved it. Same way I did about COD actually. That I played COD every single year, all through like from COD 4 onwards. Until then, I was just like, John, I've had enough. I'm saturated. I do not need any more of the same goddamn thing every single year, and walked away, right?
Maybe
And
you should get into FIFA, because I hear that's going to be different next year.
oh Jesus Christ, yeah, FIFA's the worst case example here by far. And yeah, I think honestly they need to just pump the brakes. I think sometimes absence makes the heart go fonder, right? That's what it's all about.
For sure.
And if you can just pump it and then come out maybe every 2 or 3 years, it's something to look forward to. And they could set the standard when it comes to mocap, when it comes to like everything, and really revolutionize each game so it feels different from the next.
With Call of Duty, though, they have a slight advantage on the developers here.
Supermassive, yeah.
Yes, on Supermassive, because you've got Treyarch and you've also got
Infinity
Ward
and Raven.
and now you've got Raven
yeah.
involved
You've got
in
loads.
it.
Yeah.
With this
Sledgehammer.
series, you've just got the one developer on it. So that's probably why you're feeling that it's got a bit stale now, because they're pressured into this cycle.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. That's why I'd rather them just fuck off for a few years. Just go away for a few
Do something
years.
else. Do something else.
Just go away, take your time,
Yeah, make a big one.
and make a great one. Make a
Yeah.
great
Make it
game.
Until Dawn.
Exactly right. Until Dawn's one of my favorite games on PS4. and it's done by them. It's incredible. It's one of those, like, it's just an amazing experience, and it shows so much love. Whereas these, they feel half baked.
Yeah.
You know, the performance. I'm playing this months after it came out. It came out 2 months ago. You would have thought all the patches and everything would have
No
gone
updates
right.
to help it?
I think it's had a load. I can't imagine how bad this would have been on launch day.
And what was the community voice like?
I don't think there is much.
There's
more.
no community, mate.
I don't think there is.
Is it overall negative?
Well, reviews are pretty bad on it.
Right,
When
okay.
I didn't watch reviews. I'd already pre-ordered it. I bought it on PS Store. It's something me and my wife really look forward to every year. But now, we've had 4 games in this series, right? The Quarry's a separate thing, so that's not included here. We've had 4 different games in this. And, you know, we've had Man of Medan, Little Hope, House of Ashes,
Devil in Me.
and then Devil in Me, right? 4 games. Out of those, House of Ashes, excellent. The other 3, mid at best, with this one being extremely bad.
Yeah.
And you think, well, if you got all those releases, surely, I know you can get, you know, you're getting advertising from streamers and things like that who are really getting their audience involved. Take a break, walk away, and come back with something really special.
Are these full price games? Because I've never bought one.
They're kind of half price, like 30 quid.
Yeah.
They're like
Yeah,
30
it's not
quid,
bad,
so which isn't bad. But
It's like a B level, if you like.
I guess, but then you think
Double A.
even with 30 quid, you think you're playing in the same space that, you know, indies come out at tenner. And they're miles better.
Well, which indies, to be fair? No. I wouldn't say so.
Indies that are developed by AAA studios, like Stray.
Yeah, yeah, coming out from a tenner.
Stray's, well,
Indies.
well, Stray's like 30 quid.
Yeah.
Stray's like 30 quid. But you think about like £10, you get Hollow Knight for $8.99.
Yeah, now.
On its launch, it would be like around that. Wouldn't be
No.
that much far off.
Wrong.
Regardless. Anyway.
Wrong. To be clear, can I say how I thought you were going to answer that question? Because
Sure.
Phil asked you, well, what do you think they should do now to make it better? I thought you were going to give one of 2 answers, and that's
Go on.
put it in space or
Yeah.
put it underwater.
Both great choices.
Both.
What you wouldn't have
Yes.
said is put bugs in it.
yeah. Fuck.
Oh, that'd freak him
unless
out,
you're
mind.
killing bugs. Unless, or
Or bugs are
would
killing you.
Bugs would scare the shit out of me.
Maybe
Bugs,
they should.
Maybe they should. Spiders.
And the
Full
dark.
of spiders, yeah.
Base it in Australia,
Oh, yeah.
where all the
talked
bugs
about
are
this
much
earlier
bigger.
today.
Yeah.
You're already scratching your neck.
Oh,
He's like,
he's getting nervous.
It's freaking me out. It's freaking me out. I'm
at
getting
this.
hot sweats. I hate them. Like, people in Australia, we got a small contingent of listeners in Australia. How are you alive? Like, I don't get it. I don't get. Everything's out to get you.
I mean, mate, you live in Wales. You should be underwater by now. You've got the
dragons,
flooding that's
man.
been going on.
Oh,
that's true.
Not where I live, mate. I live at the top of a hill.
Top of the valleys, is it?
I thought about this already,
Right.
mate. I thought
Okay.
about this.
Yeah.
Spencer's gone, mind.
Yeah, I'm
he's,
fucked.
he's Newport. Yeah, he's Newport. He's gone, mate.
Why? Because it's Newport.
I guess
No natural disasters.
Yeah, that just gets.
It's just like The Walking Dead there. Everyone's like a zombie in there. Where's my doll? Like, 50p, I just got a trail.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Sorry, anyone that does listen in Newport.
That's most.
But you
Listen from
know
Newport,
I'm
you're a
right.
rat.
You know I'm right.
I'm from there, I can say it, you're a rat. You're probably the one who robbed my house 3 times. Get off the show.
Right, let's move this away from discussing geography. Yeah, do you know what? We're talking about all this, and I did get you guys to tune in when I completed the game because I knew there was going to be a trailer for the next game that was coming up. And yes, I did pop off. And the reason I popped off is because the next game is set in space.
Yes.
Why wasn't it announced? Remember that show we watched where everything was going to space?
Yeah.
Why wasn't it announced then? It should have been, because everyone is just going to space these days.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Do you know what's crazy? Right, he showed us this trailer and he was popping off. He's like, oh my God, it's in space. He has a YouTube channel. He's just reviewed Dead Space Mobile. He's doing Dead Space 2 now. Dead Space 1, he's just played Callisto. Every single game set in space, and he's like, oh my God, it's in space. Bro, get out of space, man.
It just creates something different from just a killer in a house. You can be a killer in a
In
house.
space.
In space.
Space. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, it's so different.
Have you seen I've signed you up for the trip to Mars?
Oh, God, I'd love to. I'd love to go.
Because you could reenact this.
I'd love to go.
You could literally be
wouldn't
on a
reenact.
spaceship and record the podcast until we lose you.
we just
Like that most recent.
Can you imagine the delay on that? Like, it's bad
Oh
enough.
my
It's bad
God.
enough when you're home and Spencer's around mine. Can you imagine if we had a 12-minute delay?
What?
Now you go. Yeah, it'd be a nightmare. It'd be an absolute nightmare. But yeah, so listener, just bringing this to a close. Just avoid the game. It's a load of shit, if I'm honest with you. I don't think I've been that critical on a game before. It is a waste of your time. It's not worth your money. It's not worth your time. And to be honest, what you want to do is if you hate someone, buy it for them. Because it's that bad. It is a travesty of a game. Do not do it. It's fucking awful.
What would you price this game as? What is it worth?
I hate this whole price argument. You know this.
No, what would you like? Obviously, it's going to come down in price. It will. What do you think is a valid price to buy it for?
Like, I don't think there is.
50
Because
pence?
your time is worth more.
Free on PS Plus, isn't it?
No, it's
Straight to PS Plus.
No, because
that's bottom of the barrel,
He's
isn't
saying
it?
they should pay you.
but so the thing is, right, that even if it's free, some bastard has got to play it at that point. And the thing is, your time is worth so much more than whatever the price is. It is just literally is a waste of time.
Play God of War. Don't play Devil in Me.
They're totally different. The echelon is different. Play Callisto, and that's a 7 out of 10. Play Callisto, much better. But guys, moving on from this travesty that now will hopefully be totally obliterated from my memory, just like it was from my SSD. I want to know, we've been playing a few games together.
We have.
Phil, you've been sticking to your New Year's resolution, which is to come on every Thursday. We've been playing together.
It's only been a couple of weeks and I've done it so far.
Hey,
It's been great, mine.
Yeah,
It's been surprising me as
congratulations.
well. Really surprising me because not only are you coming on every Thursday,
I'm the one driving it.
you're also driving it, and you've been like, "Oh, boys, I can stay on for another hour," and we're like, "Huh? 1 a.m.
Life has changed for me.
Jesus,
It really has. I put my foot down and now I can stay up to 1 a.m. on a Thursday. Check me out. Yeah, boy.
well, we've been playing a number of games.
We have, yeah.
I want to know what your thoughts are. We don't have to spend quite as long as we have done on, like, God of War and Callisto and everything. We should really just whip through these. But a couple of the games we've been playing, just off the top of my head, we've been playing a lot of WWE.
We have.
We've been playing a bit of Dead by Daylight. And, of course, Call of Duty. But we've been doing something different with Call of Duty, which is the raids. Now, I want to know your thoughts, Mr. Hoyt, on any of these. Take it wherever you want to go, and we will just go.
Well, my favourite out of these
WWE.
is going to surprise you. Because it's Call of Duty.
Oh, really?
Wow,
My
really?
God, the raids, that is something special. You need 2 friends to be able to do it, but it is a hell of a lot of fun. And I don't want to give away anything that goes on in those games because there's one particular part that I'm sure you're gagging to talk about, and I don't think we should. Don't spoil that part because it is amazing. It really is. It was so fun.
Yeah.
I got to say, it was one of those things that, obviously, me and Spence play COD all the time, right? And for the raids, you need 3 players to be able to do it. So we just never played it. And we thought it was coming towards the end of a play session. We were playing a lot of WWE 2K22 with like Keith Lee and all these randoms.
The king.
The absolute boss that he is. And we dived into D by D. We were showing you and Willard a bit of it. And then we thought, we would check him out. I gotta say, the love and care put into those raids is beyond anything else. The Spec Ops mode, if you remember when me and Spence kind of reviewed these, we said they were bolted on, they were a lot of bullshit, they were just really trash. This feels like they've cared about it.
The start, maybe not. Because I remember
The start was a nightmare.
it was a bit of a nightmare getting through it. But I
Massive.
think that's more down to us and our dynamic of play styles because, of course, some of us just wanted to run in, some of us wanted to stealth it like Metal Gear Solid, and others just wanted to shoot and miss everybody while they shot.
Also-
so there was a bit of a mix, wasn't there? So I didn't think we were going to get past the first bit, but I'm glad we put in the effort to get to the next bit, which is the really interesting bit that you need to play.
Also, the issue is, especially in the start, all of us just didn't have the head for it. We were just going, "All right, Sarge, moving in. 3 bogies ahead. I'll take middle. Oh, fuck, who shot the wrong one? Fuck." And we were just doing that the entire time. And then as soon as we start again, we're like, "All right, let's focus. Private." And then you just do it again. And then eventually, we finally did it. Because you did your tactic, which was
Swim.
the frog.
Yeah, the frog.
The frog is big tactic.
Frog
And
man.
we stuck together. We were
did.
bros.
I
We
had
were
your
boys.
back.
And then we eventually did it. And after that, it's like playing a Resident Evil, I suppose, where puzzles.
Puzzles
Three
in
player.
COD.
3 player. You have to be 3 players. This is why it's 3 players.
Yeah.
All the puzzles are based around 3 players. And it's sick. It's so sick. Puzzles, man.
It's really good. It's honestly, it's really surprising. And this is one of those things now that when the blog posts come out and they said, oh, we got our next raid coming up, something now that'd be like, fuck, that's something to look forward to.
Yeah,
we'll be
really.
straight on it.
Which
Yeah.
is crazy to think about because I thought this was like a throwaway mode. I didn't really think. After playing the Spec Ops mode, I was not looking forward to this. And like you said, Phil, pleasantly surprised.
Can I ask, do you boys remember what the assignment, because it's a raid assignment, do you remember what it's called?
No.
Do you remember?
Something in Russian.
It's Atomgrad.
Oh, the grad.
That's what it was.
There we go.
Atomgrad.
It's close.
Don't know why, I just remembered
would've got
what
the
it
point.
was, so I thought, I wonder if they do.
Absolutely not. Especially not after a couple of these really strong siders. These black dragons. Absolutely not. I'm getting fucked up by the black dragon. It's already happening, lads. It's already happening. Do you want to talk about any of the games, or should we move it on to quick news?
I mean, WWE was a lot of fun, wasn't it?
was
But
gonna
the
say-
game itself's pretty poor.
Shit.
But shit. It's only because
It's shit, but do I want to play it again? Yes.
100%. Yeah, it's
Yes.
just complete dumb fun. There's loads of characters in there that we have not got a clue who they are, but now
Deadpool.
they have become our favourites. There's a particular character that Spencer has picked on multiple occasions and won. He's chucked us over the top of the rope, hasn't he? Every single time. And he is dominant on that game now.
He's the king, baby. Ugh, I love Keith Lee.
Keith.
So shout out to Keith Lee if you are listening. We would love you to come on the show.
Oh, hell yeah.
You are now our favourite, official, in PS We Trust, favourite wrestler.
We all follow you on Twitter. Recently.
There was a single night
Recently.
when we were playing and we all followed you one after another.
Yeah.
So your followship went up by 3 and you probably would have noticed that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Especially with the big dick energy we guys have. But yeah, of course, this is WWE 2K22, which was free on PS Extra only last month. And Philip Hoy, for Christmas, we gave you PS Extra mainly from a selfish view, so we could get another person in for Dead by Daylight, right? So we could get a team of 4 of us going on instead of just sticking to just me and Spence and maybe Willard when he eventually pops in. How are you finding the service? I suppose this is something that's probably worth asking. How are you finding having Extra and having the range of games available to you? Do you like it or kind of indifferent?
Well, I feel like my New Year's resolution and you buying me this gift was perfectly married, wasn't it? It was as if one had planned to meet the other a little bit further down the track. And it happened, guys. It was incredible timing, really, from you. Because you didn't know that was going to be my New Year's resolution.
Absolutely
not at
no.
all.
But I put my foot down, 1 o'clock on a Thursdays. That's when I'm allowed to play. And now I've got games to play as well. So we
So
aren't
sick.
just trying to jump into cards, although we should be, because it is incredible. But the service is great. Loads and loads of games to be able to play. I've been playing Gundam Evolution a little bit on my own as well.
Oh, no.
Really enjoy that one. It is a below average shooter just in Gundams, but I love it. I don't think I'm ever going to convince you guys to play that.
Never.
But what you do need with PS Extra is cracked internet, because Davey, every time we talk about a new game, we're talking about Avengers, possibly that'll feature on a next episode of the podcast.
Yeah.
It takes you a long time to download these bloody games.
2 days it took.
Yeah. Well, actually, I just downloaded it in the background while we were playing online.
So it makes me angry.
You need cracked internet
It makes me so angry.
and a massive SSD.
Yeah.
Do you boys remember, right, we played the other night, Thursday, shockingly enough.
With
Thursday, until 1 a.m. And we said, let's download Vermintide. It's still downloading.
Oh my god, that's how bad your internet is at the attic.
Still downloading. Listen, because I'm in the attic now, I used to have Ethernet into my room and I had 300 meg down, roughly.
Fucking makes me sick.
Roughly.
Makes me sick.
I'm now in the attic. On Wi-Fi, I have 3.5. 3.5. There's a reason I've been playing so much God of War. And it's because it's installed.
Just like your dick size, mate. 3.5.
That's a bit bigger, mate. That's a bit. Thank you. Thank you.
Listeners, can you realize here that I've had a bit of influence on what games we're downloading and playing? Vermintide. I've been playing Gundam, and we've got Avengers on the way. So I'm having a bit of influence now on you guys, which is kind of nice.
Well, if we're playing Avengers, I'll be with you in about 2 weeks. Guys, it's taking a while. Vermintide ain't done yet. I got a system update that came out 2 days ago. That'll get that in tomorrow.
Oh dear. Well, we'll save those thoughts for the next episode. Let's move it on to quick news. Quick news.
Okay, listeners and viewers, it's that time of the show once again. So we're into the quick news, where normally we challenge each other to impressions before we read out the quick news. But we're going to spice it up a little bit because it is the big quiz episode 60.
Whoop.
So you are expecting something special from the lads tonight. In the UK, we have a TV show called That's My Jam, fronted by Mo Gilligan. And I'm going to steal one of the rounds. We're going to do the impossible karaoke tonight, okay? So cast your memory back to an episode where Alicia Dixon was on there. She did Stormzy, Shut Up, in the theme of a Disney princess. Now, I'm not expecting you to sing the whole song, but I just want the tagline, okay? So if you're singing One Step Closer to the Edge by Linkin Park, that's all I want from you in a theme. But we're going to spice it up in the sense that I'll name the song, Davey, then you'll name the theme. Spencer, then we'll do the impression, okay?
All right.
Does that sound fair to you guys?
Sounds good. That sounds good.
You boys know a lot more songs than I do, I think. You've had a lot more time to know songs.
We're not going to give you a song you wouldn't know because we want you to do the impression. And I will allow, if you don't know it, for us to give you the lyrics.
Okay.
Does that sound fair?
And how it goes or no?
Well, not in the theme. You've got
No,
to do
not
it
in the theme, but you can tell me how it goes in the song.
Well, yeah, we can give you an impression. We give you karaoke.
It's like if you said one step closer to the edge, you'd be like, one step closer to the edge.
Yeah, but you might have to do it in a Mexican accent.
Yeah, exactly. But you don't give me the
gringo,
accent.
it's one step closer to the edge. You know, it's that type of thing. That's what I'm going for.
Okay, I'm down. I don't know the TV show, but you sold me on the idea.
Yeah, the premise is fantastic, to be fair.
Okay.
Hesitant, but keen.
Very hesitant.
So,
Terrified.
I'm going to challenge you first then, Spence.
Shock. Yeah. What female am I today?
So, here's a song which I think you'll know.
Hopefully.
And it is Linkin Park, One Step Closer.
Oh, yeah. Calm. Cool.
Now, Davey, you've got to come up with a theme, okay? So it could be an accent. It could be a style of music. So you might do like a banjo version. I don't know.
Don't go racist with it,
Could
please.
go anywhere, couldn't it?
Swing. I want a swing version.
When you think the last time I listened to swing was?
So like a Michael Bublé, One Step Closer to the Edge.
That's what I'm thinking.
Go
yeah.
for it.
I love Michael Bublé.
There you go.
Oh, I'm doing it like Michael Bublé. Is that...
Yeah.
Is Michael Bublé swing?
Well, he's got some swing songs.
I don't
Swings
think-
his hip when he sings.
Is that all I got to do?
Go for it. Go for it, Spence.
I'll do it like Michael Bublé would, I think. Got to think of Michael Bublé now. He only comes around at Christmas. It is Christmas time. Put the timer on. Yeah.
Jesus.
Boom.
This is weird, isn't it? Mind. I got to get in position.
Come on, mate. Why is it taking you so long?
Gave you a really easy song.
I know you did.
I
Yeah, but the
I
theme-
sung it
The
multiple times
theme's
here.
so different from the song.
Doom, 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 doom.
Fuck it. All right. Coming from Michael Bublé. I love him as well. Oh my god.
Jesus. Is he gonna have a shot? Because
He's gonna have a
taken so
shot.
long?
Yeah, he's having a shot.
I reckon because you've hesitated for so long, that's a shot.
I'll do a shot. And then think
Yeah,
about
a
it.
shot, and then we just move on.
Oh, no, I'll do both.
I'll do the impression. It's well easy.
I'm trying to think of how Michael Bublé sounds because it's not. I'm
Give
not
him a shot.
feeling it.
Cause I'm one step closer to the edge.
Yeah.
I'm
That's not swing,
about
though, is
to
it?
break everything you say to me.
I'm about to break. I'm about to break right now.
That's not swing, really, is it?
Swinging.
He's swinging.
Is that all you got to do? Sing it as you want and just do this?
Well,
That is
You would have
swing.
been like, I got me one step closer to the edge.
But that's not a swing
I just
version.
swung as you did it. That's all you've said.
I sung
swing
it
your
like
hips.
Michael Bublé.
everything you say to me, one step closer to the edge.
And I'm about to break.
You said
I'm
that to the mic.
about
You didn't sing it, you said
to
that.
break.
That's swing, mate. Swing music for you.
Swing-a-doo.
And I'm about to break, baby.
I'll agree.
Right.
I've took too long.
Shot him.
I'll do a
Shot
shot.
him.
Give
Shot
me
him.
a shot. Give me a shot. Where's the shot?
Where's the shot glass?
I had the one that was
Shot
fucking
him.
stupid. There's no measurements. I'm not doing a double. Oh, the limoncello. Do you want to? Not. Hang on. Stop. Ding, 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 ding. There's a bit of fireball at the bottom of this, I think.
Hurry up.
Oh, you fucking. All right.
Right, now Spencer is one step closer to that edge.
Oh, that is easy.
Lovely, isn't it?
Less time for your quick news.
I could taste fireball on it though. That's what's annoying. Fucking hell, my news is. First news we bit. Quick news. Project Leonardo is our first bit of news, and basically it's a brand new peripheral which has been licensed by Sony. They're making it. We've seen it. And it's basically a wheel of fortune. It's a wheel, kind of like whatever, with a little nub on the end, and it's kind of like paddles, I suppose, but a nub that it kind of works like maybe an arcade stick. We've seen images. We don't know exactly how it works, but it looks interesting and looks cool. And there's a lot of different setups you can have, so you can customize it a lot. You could have it so you have one, you could have two. You could have two with a controller. You could use your feet on it if you don't have arms. You could use your arms if you don't have feet. I don't know why you're playing games with your feet. You could do whatever. You could use your mouth like Broly legs. But it's a way for everyone to be involved in gaming.
So this is primarily focused at the people with disabilities. Is that right, Spence?
That's the way it's being marketed. I have a different opinion on that.
Okay.
But that's why I
There's
think
a hack.
this would be good to bring into discussion. So I'm going to ask you boys first initially. I think I'll pass it over to you, Phil, first.
Sure.
Say, have you seen Leonardo and what are your thoughts on it? Do you think it's a good device for the less abled?
I have seen it. I've seen it multiple times on Twitter, and I think it's brilliant. You know, gaming should be for everyone. And I think Sony is dragging its heels when it comes to peripherals for inclusive. I can't even say the word.
Inclusive, yeah.
Inclusivity.
Yeah,
Inclusivity, if I can say the word correctly. Because Xbox has been doing it for a while now. Like, Sony's playing catch up.
Yeah, I agree. Xbox don't have a peripheral like this, though. They still don't. They have, what, an Elite controller?
They have projects at the moment where they're allowing kind of the less able to be able to play their games. And there's custom sticks and things out there, isn't there, for Xbox?
There is. Not to this level, though, where this is like something that you could just pick up in HMV. Or, you know, game or wherever you
HMV's
buy
mad.
your
In
stuff.
HMV.
Have you ever bought anything from HMV? You can
Is
buy
that still
games.
going?
Yeah.
I almost bought a vinyl from
T-shirts-
there the other day.
T-shirts, games, vinyls. That's
Right.
all they, and pops. They love pops.
They love pops, yeah.
Anyway, bringing it back on point. Yeah, it's somewhere where you can just go to the high street and pick it up. And that's why this is so appealing, because this is, of course, has been designed by like Able Gamers, the charity for this kind of thing, which have been pushing. You know, you just think about like what Sony Studios have been doing lately with God of War, Ragnarok, Last of Us, where they've been pushing these different inclusivity features, these accessibility features into the mainstream, and they've been winning awards for it, right? Especially at the Game Awards, been doing really well for this kind of inclusion. So this was the natural evolution. I got to say, I agree with you, Phil. Totally agree with you. They're way late to this party, way late, but better late than never. And I'm glad to see that there's something there. And I think this is one of those controllers that is revolutionary for people that want to be able to play video games that maybe have always relied on somebody else. They've now got an option for full accessibility, and they can set it up however is best for them. And I think that's great. And maybe it might mean that they need to buy two, one for each foot if they got no arms, whatever it is, right? Whatever your motor issue is, you've got an option to be able to play. And I think that's great. The more people can play games, the better. Fantastic.
I might get some kills in COD.
Well, it's not a wonder. It's not a wonder device.
Potentially.
It's not a wonder device.
Might help me out.
I don't think it will, mate. I don't think it will help your mental function with your decision making.
My problem's up here.
It is. Yeah, I don't think it would do too much for that. But you were saying about a different way to use the controller. What are your kind of thoughts on this?
Yeah, so I think marketing wise and obviously production development wise, the way they've created this peripheral, it is namely aimed at people less able than I suppose ourselves. However, I think this will be a massive hit in the speedrunning community, especially with like a Magic Boots on the Switch or something like that, where there's the Mario Odyssey speedrunning category is mainly played 2-player. And what that means is people play on maybe like a Pro Controller with their hands. They have Joy-Con on their feet. Joy-Con. Those tiny, miserable buttons. That was a fantastic freaking beer open, fam. That was beautiful. They play with like a Joy-Con under each foot with that tiny little nub for an analog and then tiny ass buttons. And they control Cappy with that. And that's how they do all their tricks and stuff. If they can magic boots this peripheral and have it on their feet, beautiful. And then there's probably so many 2-player, like A Way Out or It Takes Two or any 2-player kind of game or any game that could be faster in 2-player, speedrunners will jump onto this peripheral and use it for that category.
Well, you know that people already play, like, say, Dark Souls with a dance mat, things like that. There's nothing stopping them being able to put this out and saying, yeah, we use this for it.
Yeah.
And what would be cool is someone like, Brody Legs is a great example of this. Someone who's, adapted, overcome loads of obstacles to be able to play fighting games with, like, his mouth, right?
And he'd fuck me up.
Oh,
Jesus.
It'd destroy all of us. This is something where this is a controller that we're just... It's built for someone like that, and sure, he may not need it. He may have adapted to it over time, but his journey must have been really difficult to become accustomed to that way of playing, right? Where this might be the thing that 90% of people, they might not give up on games because they think, actually, this is a way that I can make this work for me.
Yeah.
And ultimately, that's what the experience is all about, isn't it?
He does quarter circles with his tongue, man. What a legend.
Insane.
Fully Legs is insane.
Insane.
Quarter circle with your tongue. But yeah, I think this peripheral, it's just, gaming's come a long way. And I love that it's gone from games having accessibility options to now consoles and peripherals. And the way you can even approach gaming in general is having accessibility options. Everyone should be able to play games. And this is just us getting further into that achievement. I think it's great.
Well said. I don't think anyone's going to disagree with you on that one, Spence.
If they do, you're fucking, don't say it on Twitter. But
Keep it to yourself.
if you do disagree, trust me, keep it to yourself. You're insane if you tweet that.
Jesus, tell me you've had a drink.
Moving on.
Moving on. Next section. Who's going next? Out of you boys, because this is weird. Because we're doing.
Who are you going to pick?
Do I choose?
You choose.
Okay.
That's the way it's always been.
Yeah, it is. He's had a couple of weeks off.
Hey, I don't edit no more.
In the attic.
What I'm saying. I'm in the attic. It's fucking nightmare. All right.
Pipe down.
Pass to you.
Okay.
I'll give you the song. You give the theme.
Yep.
Then it makes sense in the way it goes. So, song. Carly Rae Jepsen, Call Me Maybe.
And as you drink in Estrella, and that's from Spain, I want you to do it in a German accent.
Makes no sense. I see a drink in the wall. I don't know the lyrics, right? So I'm going to go for this. But now you're in my way.
German.
This is the best I got.
The song's
Hey,
called
you
Call
think
Me
you're
Maybe.
calling, baby? Hey, I just met you. This is crazy. Here's my number. Call me maybe. It's a little bit like kind of getting a bit Asian-y at times.
Sounds like you need a poo.
Yeah, I was very constipated with that one. Anyway, quick news. I'm just going to move on. Have you guys seen, and this is a game that we've been shitting on constantly, Dreams?
Yes.
Yes.
I know what we're talking about here.
Oh, my God. There was something that was shared on Twitter earlier called MotorStorm New Horizons. And essentially what it is, somebody in Dreams has gone out of their way to revive one of my favourite series from the PS3, which was MotorStorm.
Wasn't Resistance.
They didn't do Resistance.
They didn't
no.
do Resistance.
No, that's
okay,
next,
well,
maybe. Maybe that's in the future.
It's not.
Probably not. But MotorStorm being back and seeing it in Dreams, have you guys seen this? And did it stoke the fires for you in terms of needing Sony to just pick this up and run with a brand new MotorStorm? Because for me, it just really ignited a passion that I think has just been left on the floor for an arcade racer.
I did see this, Davey, and it looks absolutely fabulous. It looks spot on. It looks like you're playing MotorStorm, minus the music, which arguably is the best part of that game.
Yeah.
Because without the soundtrack, it's just an racer smash 'em up. Now, it doesn't ignite my fire for Dreams. I'm not going to run out and buy Dreams. I'm not a developer in that sense. I make websites. I don't make games. But I love it. I love that they've been able to put that care and attention and passion for a previous almost dead title, I suppose, and bring it back. That's incredible. And this is what I've been experiencing, I suppose, the PC crowd have been doing for years. Now, PlayStation crowd is now getting into that area, and it's limitless possibilities, mate. What's going to be next? Is it going to be Heavenly Sword? Is it going to be Resistance? What will they bring back next? That's my question.
None of those. None of those.
You don't think so? Do you know what? I would love to see. And this is, I suppose, an issue, right? Like, Dreams, we're shitting on it all the time, or I have been for the last, since this podcast inception, I've been really critical on Dreams. But this is the kind of thing where if this was out and it's like a fully fledged kind of title, you can play co-op, you can play local, split screen, whatever the case, right? And they put this out there, they need to find a way to grow off this service. They need to find a way to expand it to PC, to bring in other players, to monetize it so that the developers that make this stuff, that go through the sheer extent, like the effort it must take to do this.
This is what we've been saying for however many episodes. As soon as Dreams comes up, we're like, they need to be able to sell the games they make. Right, they need to be able to have some sort of platform like they do with Steam, right? They greenlight smaller developers and they allow them the opportunity to then sell their games. PlayStation almost need that sort of service within the PSN to be able to sell those games. I don't want to buy Dreams to be able to play MotorStorm because I could just play MotorStorm. But if I could play a Dreams version of MotorStorm for a far cheaper price point, then potentially I would jump in and experience that. Because it's new, it reignites the fire. I'd be interested in that kind of system that they've used. But no, Sony are just like, do you know what? You now have to buy Dreams.
And they just leave it to die on PS4.
Yeah.
Like, they don't upgrade it for PS5. They don't say, actually, Dreams is coming with PSVR 2, so you can do loads of new stuff with it. They just fucking leave it to die. And I don't get it. And I know we said, and it's been a long time coming on this podcast, we said it ages ago now at this point, that I don't know how Media Molecule is still alive, right?
As much as from the outside looking in, right, Dreams looks like a failure. I can imagine if you're a developer, it's the best thing ever. I bet they absolutely... They wake up in the morning, they've been dreaming about it all night, thinking, I'm just going to tweak this a little bit, I'm going to do this a little bit, and I'm going to be able to create this game. I bet it's the best thing ever once you're in there.
That's the thing, isn't it? And how many people they got? Hardly anyone. A couple of thousand. All they need to do is they need to be able to give something back to these people that put so much time and effort in, and either just get them on Teams or just get it off and sell the fucking thing. Put a couple of people on it, help them out with development, get it back, because these kind of IP, it's nostalgia.
Yeah, 100%.
Huge bit of nostalgia.
That's the only thing you're selling. But you're not making new games.
No, it's cheap as fuck though. Like, you think a couple of people on it ain't going to cost an awful lot. And for the MotorStorm community that's still quite loyal to the game, and it holds up incredibly well. You went long ago playing MotorStorm on PS3 over mine. It holds up incredibly well. Just put it out again.
The thing about it, Sony just needs to release Dreams, put it on PS Plus free.
Yeah.
And then when the developers then make a sale, they take 50%. Whatever it is.
Yeah.
Give them the opportunity to make some sort of money off it. Take the vast majority.
Yeah.
But just make the tools free. Make money on the game sales.
100%.
Why not? No-brainer. It's a no-brainer, man.
100%.
Yeah.
The only thing they'd have to change would be the IP kind of restrictions, I suppose. But then I suppose someone like Sony, you could submit a game, if it's something that's using an existing Sony IP, maybe they just use a bit of fucking comment on it. Just someone look at it and be like, actually, we're not doing anything on MotorStorm. We got no plans to in the foreseeable future. Go for it. And we'll just milk your effort. Because you're a fan of this. You've made this. We'll just milk the fuck out of you. No harm done. Everyone's happy from all sides.
And the people that created MotorStorm are probably loving it because they're picking up sales off the back of it. Because new fans are coming in going, what was this game that they're copying here? Because I love it so much. They've done such a good effort here that now I want to go back and play it. It's like Callisto Protocol that you guys were talking about previously on the show. People are now going back and going, that game was a bit subpar. I've heard it on Twitter. It's a 7 out of 10. Maybe I'll go back and play where it came from, the source material, which is a 9 out of 10.
You also got to think then, if they do plan to 10 years down the line, they go to make a future release, they'd be like, tell you what fans would love if we include all these community-made maps. They don't even have to make new maps. Just include the ones that have been released on Dreams throughout the years and be like, we're just honouring the community. fuck off. You're making a penny
Yeah.
off their creations. But people would suck it up. People would love it.
Yeah, they would.
Absolutely adore it. They can charge it like 60 quid, 70 quid. People would love it. And they'd be like, community made Matt Pack #2.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have to do any work. Fine.
You're not wrong. So yeah, listeners, viewers, go and check this out on Twitter. I'll put a link to it in the description of the podcast. Have a little check out for yourself. Motorstorm New Horizons, it's called. And oh my God, if you're in Dreams, I envy you because it looks like so much fun. Mr. Flipoy, coming back to you.
Thank you,
Coming
my
back
man.
to you. So when I think about songs, there's a lot of songs that you and me love. And the one that really sticks out to my mind is the Macarena, right? Everyone knows the Macarena. You're probably thinking I was going to say Rolling.
The Macarena.
Everyone knows the Macarena.
Hey, Macarena.
Ah! Hey, number say a Macarena. Hey, number sing a Macarena. Number say a Macarena. Hey, Macarena.
Aye. Remember, this is the first time you challenged me, and we're coming back round.
That's
so, okay, Macarena.
The Macarena, everyone knows it. So that is what my song is. Spencer, over to you for the theme.
Scottish.
Scottish Macarena. Okay. Drew McIntyre. That's what gets me into the Scottish accent. Hey, Macarena. Hey, Macarena. Aye. Quick news. So, guys, I know you are massive fans of PSVR 2 because you have put down the big bucks. You have pre-ordered the system. I haven't. I hold back. I'm not an early adopter like you. I'm just going to play yours when you bring it over on a night.
That's true, I will
But
as well.
have you heard that Gran Turismo 7 VR is coming to VR and Beat Saber is coming to PlayStation VR 2? Incredible news, right?
Awesome news. Awesome news. Especially like GT7. I think GT7 got off to such a rocky start on PS5. You know, it came out, it had like, there's so many different issues with it. The economy was fucked.
Microtransactions out the wazoo.
At the wazoo. And so to be able to come out now and say, actually, we're giving you the VR version for free. If you own it, you've got it. I think that's fantastic.
Free.
news.
You can't argue with free, can you?
You can't. You can't. And you know that these people who play GT, right, they're racing enthusiasts.
Connoisseurs.
They're like our friend, Adam Big Dog. He absolutely loves racing. That's all he plays. They just buy a PlayStation to race.
100%. And so you know these people, they've got the full rig set up, you know, just like us with fighting games, we got our fight sticks, they're all customed, everything else. These people, they have their racing wheels, they got their pedals, they got their gear stick, they put to manuals.
Special shoes they wear. Have you seen the shoes they wear? With
No.
the backs on them?
What?
So they rest on the pedals.
No
better?
way.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Custom
What?
shoes for them.
Wow.
But then when they drive in person, surely not.
Well, they're racing shoes, right? It's the same ones that you would wear if you're a Formula One driver.
Yeah, but it's a video game, man.
Yeah, but it's
How
a,
much
But if you've got the
Simulations.
pedals,
That's crazy.
it's a
to me.
simulation, bro.
It's nah, it's not. I've played GT7. I'm the only one out of the three of us who played GT. It's not a fucking simulation. It doesn't control anything like a car.
That's because it doesn't simulate you doing bloody deliveries for
I'm a
Domino's.
fucking great driver.
Because
Trust me.
you've never driven a supercar in your life. If they had like a bloody...
What are you saying about my Corsa?
What's your car? 1.2?
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. You ain't drove a supercar.
it's got a turbo line.
Jesus.
If they had a Corsa in it, it might feel like home. But
I would. I'd clap everyone's cheeks fine. You could be in a freaking F1 car. I'm in a Corsa. I'm winning.
right, well, outside of that craziness, I think this is something that is long overdue for Gran Turismo, especially showing that level of support to the community. And it's the kind of thing that gets me excited for GT, even though I'm not into GT, is being able to have... I've always been really jealous of people that have those 3 monitor setups, you know, and they look like either way.
Surrounded, yeah, they do this.
And they can look all around the car. Whereas you can do that because you've got that VR headset on.
You can literally just turn your head.
Yeah, and look
it
out.
follows
You can look
yeah.
in the mirror, right?
You can look up. You can look at your bloody backseat. Check if your kid's all right.
Check your blind spot, bro. You could drive and check your blind spot.
The thing about it is, every time you talk about VR, I always remember the time we went up to Birmingham, right?
Oh, I know where this is going.
And we tried the PSVR for the first time ever. And we were hungover to F. And we put those headsets on, and we never felt worse. So imagine doing that now, where the graphics are heightened, the immersion is heightened, everything is next level with this new system. Just imagine where you're going to be.
Oh my God, I'll be in the bin. That's where I'll be. Because, I mean, this is the thing. We played, I think it was like that last GT Sport, I think it was. And it was
Correct.
in VR. It was in VR, if I remember rightly. But the issue was, when I played it, it was a demo. So I was in a racing car, driving with no control, just taken for a ride when I was
Just looking round?
Just literally getting thrown about all over the place while I'm so hungover, I'm about to be sick just
I was
walking.
behind you, wobbling your chair like that,
I'm not surprised. Yeah.
blowing in your face. The wind.
I get spat on. It's fucking
raining,
raining.
David.
Roll your
Yeah.
windows, roll your windows. This McLaren's fucked. There's a hole in the roof. But yeah, you wouldn't want that. You wouldn't want that, obviously.
No.
But I'm just really grateful that they've done something which is actually consumer friendly for once, rather than what the precedent was, where they were just nickel and diming people for wanting
sure.
to play the game.
For
So well done, Sony. Credit where credit's due. Great job, Polyphony. Really happy with this.
So bringing it back round, Spence, what are your thoughts on this one? Because we haven't heard a lot from you on the VR.
I mean, the big thing is, right, Beat Saber, expected. No one didn't expect Beat Saber to come to PSVR 2. It's a shoo-in, and it's a phenomenal game. I've played it, I have it, I've put hours into it. Will I buy it again? Yes. Phenomenal. Not DLC though, it's pointless, get some mods. But GT7, Jesus Christ. I've got a friend who plays GT7 who let me play his bullshit game. Doesn't control how it should. I will take it to the grave. Take it to the grave. Take it to the grave. Bro, if you turn over 30 miles an hour, it skids. That's bullshit.
That's down to you.
It's not down to me.
Press
I did
the brake.
this. I went.
He's just holding acceleration down and the brake at the same time.
Yeah.
It's not.
Feather the clutch, mate.
And the handbrake. He's mashing the handbrake.
It's not how it works.
He's just winding down the windows, isn't he? That's why.
It's not how it works. Trust me. But I did have fun, and I thought this in VR because I didn't know about this till today. So you said,
Quick
Jesus
news.
Christ. Also, beautiful game, by the way.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
GT7 is visually stunning. Probably one of the prettiest games on PS5.
Wow, really? It didn't look
Mate.
that good in the videos, remember? When we
That's
talked
the
about
only thing about it is.
Should have won the video
videos.
games award
You got to
for
realize every stream
visual
we saw
fidelity.
was 1080p, and they look good even then. But when I played it, it was visually stunning. It's a racing game. What else can it do? It has to look good, really, other than control well. But it doesn't have to cool fucking explosions that MotorStorm or Burnout Paradise has. It can't do that, can it? It's
It
like,
has
you're
to
on
be
a track.
lifelike, though. That's
It
the
does,
thing, right?
exactly.
So
So the
if you
graphics-
have one of these cars and then you drive it in GT, it needs to be one-to-one realism. That's what they sell themselves on.
Exactly.
So when you're looking for your Corsa, your 1.2 Corsa, and it's not in the game,
Turbo.
unfortunately not. I know how great you are at the Ferrari impressions. Maybe sit in one of those and then try it on GT.
Trust me.
Why don't we book Spencer one of those
A race
supercar
day.
experiences?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, like
yeah.
we're putting down for a supercar experience, and I expect him to do like a Monzo lap, like a crazy lap time, and I bet he doesn't even get off the starter because all he's doing is just hitting the windscreen wiper. He's like pulling up the handbrake,
Looking for the pizzas in the back.
yeah, and we'll see how he does.
Tell you what, 7 years I've been driving. Not a single bump or crash or accident. And I drove for a living for a year. I'll tell you, nothing.
It's really insulting.
Yeah,
But-
we'll not go into the car history because
On
mine and
track.
Davey's isn't that great.
Exactly. Mine's phenomenal. I'll tell you what, I do have 6 points on license. But but I will say GT7 phenomenal, looks stunning in VR with those specs on that headset. The 4K, freaking HDR, everything. It's gonna look beautiful. And the fact, like you said, checking your blind spot, those little things like that make it feel realistic. It's gonna be good. And I think them giving that for free, they shouldn't give it for free.
It's a system seller.
They could make so much money on that.
Oh yeah, but
really.
this is one of those things racing is one of those weird demographics. I suppose you got like shooters, probably the biggest genre, right?
It's the biggest.
And then racing can't be that far behind. You think
But
about
is it a sports sim or is it a racer though these days? Where would you class it?
oh, it's definitely
Racer.
it's definitely a sim. It's a
Yeah.
sim. It's
I'd
a
say
sim.
racer.
It's not.
Rather than a
It's not a
sports game.
racer.
No one who doesn't play racing games is buying GT because it's a sim.
I can't think of too much more that's more sells itself on the sim-esque qualities than GT though.
No, but it is a racer. No one's going to buy it because like, oh, it's going to feel like I'm driving a real car. They're going to play it because they like driving games.
The thing about GT, they use it in all the Formula One places.
No,
for
they
training.
do. Yeah.
So it is a sim and it is a driving
Companies
game.
are buying it for the sim aspect. I think the public even is buying it as a racing game.
I guess. I suppose the thing is, it's not arcadey, is it? It's not like
It's not arcadey.
Burnout,
It's
it's not
realistic.
Motorstorm.
Well, it's not really. It feels controllable.
It's not Ridge Racer.
It's not.
Oh,
None
what a
of that
game!
crazy music, is it? Come
I
on.
played that the other day, mind.
Ridge Racer 2 on classics. Good times.
So good.
But
yeah.
Awesome that we're all pretty much on board with this. It's a big deal. And for those who are getting a VR like we are, it's something to look forward to. And especially if you are a racing fan, I would love to know your experience on this. Write into the email pswetrust@gmail.com.
So, Davey, coming over to yourself.
Here we go.
This is the song that I'm nominating you. You've just been to a Trivium concert.
I have.
So in that vein, I'm going to go to a band that we saw in the same place that you saw Trivium, up in Birmingham.
Crazy.
And I'm going for a Kill Switch song. I'm going for My Curse.
Okay.
Okay, so Spence, you've got the theme.
6-year-old.
This is my curse. Dun, 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 dun. This is my curse. Dun, dun, dun. This is my daddy. Can some Weetabix, please? No, we run out of Weetabix months ago. You don't even like Weetabix. I want some Weetabix. This is my curse. Quick news. The Callisto Protocol was expected to sell 5 million copies, but will likely only hit 2 million this year. Publisher Crafton says the game underperformed at retail. Now, guys, the Callisto Protocol, we were discussing it earlier on, it's one of those games that is actually mid as fuck. You know, it's one of those experiences, 7 out of 10, as you put it. I rate it the same, 7 out of 10. 5 million copies in a year, or cumulative. However the hell that English
It's
is
hard to
said.
speak, isn't it?
Cumulative.
It is after this many beers.
Cumulative.
It's that Black Dragon, mate. That Black Dragon's just ruined
Fucks
me.
you up, innit?
It fucks me up. Let alone you had it. If you were English and you had it, it'd be like poison, wouldn't it? Fucking destroy you.
It melt me.
It would. So, anyway, 5 million copies they were expecting to sell. They now lowered that expectation to 2 million over the course of this year. Thoughts on this, guys? Do you think that 5 million target was realistic, or do you think it's actually just a failure of the game itself?
They are a new company, okay? So these targets might have been set based on a previous setup. And I've been in that situation. They set high targets and they bonus you on that. And that might just be a ploy, just to save some money on the next year. So they might just be thinking, we didn't get that, so we're not getting our bonus this year. It might be a little bit of a difficult situation over there in the developers.
That's a good point. What about yourself, Spence?
I think if you ran out of Weetabix months ago, why haven't you bought any more? But also, with Callisto, I think the target was 5 mil, right?
Yeah.
But they didn't know Dead Space Remake was coming out. And now it got announced and they're like, oh, fuck, you know what? We might not do that well, actually.
The thing about it, who's not buying Callisto and thinking about that future game?
Why would you spoil... Because you got to think, usually you want a palate cleanser. You don't want to go from space stomp shooter horror to space stomp shooter horror.
But you got months in between.
Unless you're Davey.
Well, David doesn't want to,
Like-
but he does.
Everything needs to be in space. The next Uncharted is going to be in space if Davey had his way.
It'd be so much better, though, wouldn't it? Can you
No.
imagine the mysteries in
I'm
Jupiter?
Victor goddamn Jupiter Sullivan.
He just puts it on. You can't hear anything.
You can't see his face.
Smoke in space, can he?
Yeah.
He's still got one in there. Oh, it's burning me.
You can't see him at all because of all the fog on the mask.
Guy, the thing is, I get what you're saying. 2 months later. It's
2
close.
months. 2
It's
months
close.
isn't that long for a game that's basically the same but better.
Oh, it's totally... It's the issue is, it's not anything like it.
The issue is...
And that's the problem.
Right, they literally... It's developed by relatively the same people.
Yeah.
Except Dead Space is a better IP. They had to change stuff because it can't be that similar to Dead Space, can it? Really? So there's still the stomp. Except now you can stomp with both legs. and it's less satisfying either way.
The thing about it is, right, that when you bring a game out, like you said, Phil, very highly anticipated game.
Okay.
Massively.
Yeah.
Thing is, when you've got all that goodwill, you know, you got the name associated with a brand, even if you're not going to be Dead Space, right? You got your name associated with it. There's expectations that need to be met. 5 million is a really high target for like a month.
Yeah.
For even for a year, it's a stretch, right? But it's doable. Thing is, you need to be good.
Yeah.
You need to come out and you need to have word of mouth do your advertising for you. Because now with the internet the way it is, with Twitter the way it is, Insta, Facebook, whatever, you put out that it's actually just a mid experience, and that harms so many people. It says, I'll wait for it on Extra. I'll wait for an Xbox Game Pass.
I'll wait till it drops in price at game. I'll wait till it's in CEX for £12, all that.
What you've also got to remember is that it's a horror game. They're not that big.
They're not, yeah, they're really not.
No.
And also, you didn't have the backing of the streaming community. That would, in my opinion, up those sales.
It would.
Because they can change people's viewpoints so easily. And it wouldn't take a lot. A couple of collector's editions here, you know, a couple of, you know, freebies there.
Press kits.
And press kits, as I'm saying.
Yeah.
You would change people's optic on it.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I reached out to them for review.
And they snubbed you.
Nothing.
Ghosted.
Didn't hear anything.
Absolute ghosted.
Totally ghosted. And there's loads of companies now.
Shock, you're a nobody.
Well, that's true. I'm
You're
really
not
low.
used to that, though, are you?
I'm really low. But normally, even if a company doesn't want to work with you, right, they'll message you, and they'll be like, "No, sorry, you know, you don't fulfill what we need, right? Fair enough. Okay, I've only got like, you know, 2,500, whatever. No problems at all. But to get nothing from them, you can imagine that maybe this was something they thought, you know what, actually,
We're bigger than you.
no. I reckon it was the opposite way. They know what they built.
They know
Well, they were scared.
They
don't
know
want it reviewed. They
Yeah.
don't want it reviewed.
Well, they held reviews until the last moment. So
The thing about it, you give it to streamers and you go back and say it's bullshit. You're never going to do, like the majority of people aren't going to do. I'm not saying that your credibility here, I'm not questioning your authenticity here, Davey.
Yeah.
But the majority of streamers will come back and they will lie because they're getting free shit.
It very much depends on the deal that takes place. 'Cause there are a lot of times where it's like, we'll give you the game and a couple 100,000, however much money, and just big up our game. But there are deals, as they say, there are a lot of deals which, if people have faith in their game, they'll make a deal with you and say, we'll give you the game for free, be honest.
well, you think about the deal that I had with
Those deals exist. They do exist.
Well, the two deals that I've had so far at this point with Winter Souls and White Day, they've been very much a case of there's no stipulation. It's just a case of review the game, please have it out by here.
Yeah, but they're at the bottom, mate.
I guess
Callisto
so.
Protocol is shooting for the top, right?
For the stars,
Yeah, for the
Well, it
stars.
was.
So you want to get someone influential in,
Yeah.
and you need to tie them up in some sort of contract where they cannot say anything negative, but they can just talk about the positives.
2-minute review.
I work in marketing, and these things definitely happen, right? And it isn't. It is detrimental, but it is a business at the end of the day, and everyone knows when you go to a certain streamer that some streamers can be bought.
Yeah, they can.
You know, everyone's got a price.
I could.
Well, you've already said before, I think you get bought by China in a heartbeat. I think actually we said on this podcast, we would sell out to China immediately. As soon as we start singing China's praises as a country, we've been bought out.
I could get bought so fast. I'll tell you what. Fucking 20 nuggets and a curry sauce. Oh, yeah, I'll see whatever you want.
We were talking earlier about a beer sponsor, weren't we?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And we were
literally.
just saying, you know, a couple of crates of beer, you've bought the podcast.
Yeah. Literally.
Wouldn't
one
take
crate.
much.
What are you buying? What are you selling?
It'd be cheap. It'd be cheap. But no, I get what you're saying. I think going back to the kind of the bigger issue with this, I think ultimately the biggest critic, right, regardless of actual critical response and critical reception, I think the more time that goes on, the less important that is. The only time that people seem to really care about the fact that what the Metacritic is when it comes to people shouting down on PS5 versus Xbox on Twitter, right? It seems to be less and less important. The bigger thing is word of mouth. And if you've got a couple of different YouTube reviewers or you've got a couple of friends that say, actually, this game's shit, like it's just average, that is worth far more than what an IGN critic says.
Well, look what happened here. You said it was shit. Spencer's gone in with a negative point of view, and he's come out with a negative point of view. I'm not saying you're fully influenced by that, but I will be going into the game thinking it's a bit
It's
ropes.
supposed to be bad, yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Horrible,
I
isn't it?
think you're going to have a different opinion than us, Phil, because
I always do.
Davey and I, no, not because Davey and I have played Dead Space.
Yeah.
I think that's where the opinion comes from, because we've
But I
experienced
love
the greatness.
survival horror.
Yeah. This game isn't very horror.
I would say I'm more versed in that
the
than
issue.
yourself. So we'll have to just see.
Going off the points you just made there, the one thing I do want to ask you is, with this 5 mil target, if that was the expectation, regardless to how much kind of anticipation was there, do you think it was a realistic goal for them to achieve over, say, a 12-month period? Brand new IP.
Yeah. I think so. The hype train existed for Callisto. It really did. And granted, it was generally Dead Space fans. And you have to think Dead Space is a, 12-year-old IP?
Yeah.
Like, years ago, Dead Space
14.
was big.
14 even.
14. When was Dead Space 3 released? 14 years ago.
Don't know. Dead Space 1 was 2008.
Okay. Right, well, that's where it existed. Dead Space 2, bigger. Dead Space 3 dropped off.
Yeah.
And that's where the fan base has been. It's never grown since. It hasn't.
No.
Where it is. And gaming has grown exponentially. So you probably factored that in, thinking gaming's grown. Dead Space did this well. We're the same people. We're going to try and make a better one. Fail. But we're going to try to do that. We should hit this number quite comfortably. And then they They announce it. Dead Space Remake gets announced, and it looks stellar, and they think, fuck, we've said 5 mil, we're going to have to stick to it. Let's just do as many shows as we can. Game Awards, PS, whatever, showcases, all this, and just show a different bit each time. Show the GRP, show the stomp, show a bit of a combat scenario, show some story, announce we're doing a podcast, do all this, and try keep the hype going so we hit this target. And then still fail to do so. I think it was a fine target to hit, but they were just very, very unlucky at the fact that Dead Space Remake got announced at the same time and kind of stole the thunder, and the fact that the game did turn into a mid experience, and they themselves knew that. They 100% knew that.
They knew.
And restricted reviews from happening. If they kind of let a review or two happen and just enhance the experience a little bit beforehand, whether it be story or gameplay or combat or anything, they could have fixed it.
Thing about having a 5 million target, not actually hitting it is not always the worst thing in the world from a shareholder's point of view, because they may have set it ludicrously high based on the current horror market, which we're talking about, the game that cannot be mentioned, Village. They may be comparing it against that, the potential of those sales.
True.
But what they've got to do is just make money. That's the bare minimum.
That is, yeah.
When you look at a game, you say, what have I put in? What am I getting out? And then everything after that, that's butter. That's gravy. That's
cheddar.
the stuff
Cheddar
that the
cheese.
shareholders are taking home, and they're taking to their wives, their second wives, their third wives, and their girlfriends in Barbados. That's what they're interested in, guys. So I wouldn't just put that game down because it didn't hit those sales. It's just disappointing for us as fans that it wasn't the high heights of our expectations because you are Dead Space fans.
I get that. I mean, the thing is, online, there's people saying that it's made for 180 million, which means that it needs to at least sell 5 mil to make back its budget. We'll have to see. I mean, all we know is that we got DLC planned for a couple of months' time, which will do story expansion. I'll look forward to that, and hopefully it will change the game for me and make it great. But
It happened. It happened with Evil Within.
that's true. Yeah, it did. I improved on every single part that came with Evil Within. It improved the experience. So,
And that's a
you never
survival
know.
horror video game.
Yeah.
It could be a similar situation.
You never know.
But isn't Callisto Protocol set up to sell DLC? Or is that a different topic to talk about?
I think we'll leave that until Spencer finishes the game.
Okay.
Or yourself finishes the game.
I know.
And we'll dive into that hot potato.
That's a conversation you lot had without me. 100%.
That's a conversation for another day. So let's move this back over to Spencer Davis. And Spence, in fact, actually, it's your turn to give him the song, isn't it? And
No,
I give
you
him
go song, I go
you did
theme.
the theme last time, yeah.
Okay, all right. Okay, song-wise, I'm going to give you an easy home goal, right?
You gotta think. I gotta know it, mine.
Oh, you'll know it. I'm going to give you Rolling by Limp Bizkit. Something that I know Phil wants for him, but I'm going to put it off the table. I want that.
Okay, theme.
Your theme is a West End musical.
You love musicals as well. This should be your home territory.
Don't stand up because the camera ain't going to get you.
It is. I can see it. It is. It's the... Rolling, 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 rolling. There you go, that's it. Quick news. We have a new scoop. It's a rumor, but it's... Come on, it's real. It's confirmed. Let's be honest. PlayStation 5 version 7.00, the new system update we're going to be getting, we don't have it yet, is going to include Discord, which is the big thing that's been rumored for a long time that we all know is happening, and cloud streaming for PS5 games. Now, let me first initially say, fuck cloud streaming for PS5 games. We don't give a shit about that.
Thank you.
No one cares. I have a 3.5 meg down at the minute. I am not cloud streaming anything.
It'd be great for me.
Fantastic for
Out of
you.
the three of us.
Yes.
But I don't subscribe to the cloud streaming.
You do. You
Oh, do I?
Yeah, you get
It's part of it.
extra, yeah.
Part of extra, yeah.
You just don't get the PS4.
Oh, no, he doesn't. Because all
Is
the...
it only a premium thing?
Premium, you get the PS3, PSP, and Game Trials, which are all streamable.
Oh, maybe
So
you don't
extras just
Because
PS4,
every time
PS5.
I've looked at that, it's been locked off to me. So I was
Oh,
thinking...
you can stream some PS4 titles.
Right, okay.
I'm sure you can, yeah.
Okay.
Because I did it to abuse some of my PS stars. So I'd instead of downloading a game, I'd just stream it for 2 minutes, and then I'd get the PS stars thing.
Right.
Yeah, but fuck all that off. No one gives a shit. The big thing is, we've got a lot of things that are crossplay. Namely, We Were Here Forever, which is what you and I are going to be playing 31st of January. Comes out soon. Oh, gourmet. Beautiful game. It's going to be sick. I've already played half of it. It's phenomenal. Discord. Discord is finally coming to PlayStation after all this time of rumors, speculation, and confirmations that it will eventually be happening. We now have not a date per se, but we know it's happening. We know it is happening and it's soon. Guys, are you keen for Discord? What do you expect to gain from Discord being on PlayStation 5? Phil, to you.
Well, Spencer, considering I'm a little bit of a newbie when it comes to sort of playing online with you guys regularly anyway. But one of the things you've turned me on to is the card system within PlayStation.
Oh, so good.
Purely because it sits outside of the games, right? And it's a seamless system that works across every online title that we've been playing so far.
Yeah.
So be it WWE, be it Dead by Daylight, be it COD, I can join your game because I am your friend. Okay?
So good.
This is what Discord's going to do as well. It's just going to elevate that ability for me to just dip in and dip out with you guys. And then also the community side. It just broadens everything when it comes to PlayStation. And that's the important thing because that's what it's done for PC. It's moved away from Ventrilo and TeamSpeak, where it was just one-to-one, one-to-many. And now it's a community. Now you can post things. Now you can add images. You can add video. You can talk and you can add snippets. And this is what we're going to bring now to PlayStation. This is the next level. I've been waiting for this for a long time. I'm a big user of Discord on PC, so I cannot wait. I hope the two systems integrate together. Yeah. I hope it's one account. I hope it's not like a PlayStation-owned Discord account, because we don't know if it is.
We don't know anything about
I imagine it's going to be similar to, on the media tab on PlayStation, you press R1 and you can just sign in with your account. I assume it's going to be similar to that, where you just sign in with your Discord account, it links to your PlayStation, and then interchangeable.
We hope.
But
we don't know.
If it's not, it's lame as fuck.
This is PlayStation, this is Sony. So are they going to say we're going to need our own version of this on the system and proper cut it off so you can't talk between PlayStation and PC?
No shot.
So I'm playing League of Legends, you guys are on Dead by Daylight, and you're like, can't talk to Phil.
Thank God.
We finally get a break. No, I can't see that. I can't see that at all. I think it's going to be one of those things that when it's implemented, it will be a one sign-in system. Is the thing is, Sony's put a lot of money into Discords. There's been a lot of cross collaboration that's been going on. There was rumors at one point that Sony were going to buy Discord, and that's not come to pass. They just invested in it instead. It's going to be surely and we could be proven wrong by this, you know, in a few episodes' time when this actually comes out, the news comes out on a blog post, we could be totally wrong, but surely it's going to be a case of you syncing accounts, go from there, just like it was when we played Portal 2 all these years ago.
There we go.
And we had a Steam account.
Mate, that was PlayStation 3. That was the Wild West of PlayStation where anything was possible. I was sharing DLC with you. I was playing on an American account. It did not matter. British games, American account, DLC from you. It all just worked together. It was the perfect free internet as well.
Yeah,
no
free.
PS Plus. It was my favourite PlayStation. Yeah.
Amazing.
For all those reasons.
Well, the thing is, Phil, they were in the back. They were the underdog at that point. And so when you're the underdog,
wasn't it?
yeah,
You didn't think they were the underdog.
no, they knew they were getting trounced.
No, but that's because they announced the PS3 at the price they did.
Yes.
And then they thought, oh, fuck.
Well, their announcement by I think it was Kazuya at the time, or no, I think his name. Pretty sure his name was Kazuya at the time. Was like a case of, if you want to buy this, you better get a second job.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, fuck's sake. Like, so much hubris after PS2, right? But the thing is, it meant that PS3, sure, it was a learning experience. Like, the browser, the fucking store was in a browser. It was terrible. It was awful, actually. But the PS3 did so much right, and it was so consumer friendly because they were backwards, right? They weren't there with the market leader. As soon as they became market leader going into PS4, it's become worse. And PS5, the race a lot closer.
Maybe there's something there for Xbox to learn from.
Well, Xbox have been learning from that. That's why they've been doing so much with Game Pass and stuff. But this is why I think it is going to be a seamless integration between the two, because ultimately it's a lot closer than it could be this generation.
But Davey, you are a PlayStation apologist. I'm a PlayStation skeptic. So there's the two sides, okay? Spencer, where are you falling? Are you coming over to Davey's side on this, that it's going to be seamless, it's going to work with everything? Or are you coming over to me and saying there's going to be some difficulties?
I think, first I want to say, I've seen a lot of conversation on Twitter where you were saying about how it's gone downhill from PS3. There are a lot of people on Twitter who argue the fact how just the PS3's UI has always been the best.
Yeah,
I do agree. And
I
then
agree.
they copied it as well. They copied it. They literally one-to-one it for the PSP. And it was perfect, flawless, beautiful. I do prefer the PS5. Personal opinion.
Do you?
Personal opinion. I think the PS5
It's just
UI
what you
is
grow up
lovely.
with. I prefer the SNES.
That's insane.
No UI.
You just plug it in and it works. That's crazy.
No DLC though.
No, you can't download
Perfect.
anything.
Your
Yeah.
games are fucked. Like, if they're fucked, they're fucked. Like, you can't get
Yeah.
past level 3. You know, just hope for the best. Have you blown
No.
the card enough?
No, you just put in cheats. We had cheats on the SNES.
It crashes, you go,
Game is
the
definitely not better back in the day. Like,
no.
definitely not. Definitely not.
But I think there are a lot of people who argue that PS3 was the best UI we've received. And I think it's a very strong one, but in a entertainment format, not gaming format.
I agree.
PS3 was so centered around being everything, whereas PS5 today is centered around gaming. And it's got the kind of thing where every single game you put in your console has a different theme, has a different background image, different music playing. It changes constantly. And games like God of War we've been playing lately, the picture that it displays in the background changes the further you are in the game.
I know it's nice, right? And this is going to bring up an old argument that I'm sure we've had on this podcast before many moons ago, but something that I see has been raging quite a lot on Twitter recently, and that's, wouldn't you like to see dynamic themes return?
No.
You're saying no?
No, I like the fact that it shows me something different for each game I own. Because think, right, if you had dynamic themes, when you hovered over Street Fighter 6, it wouldn't play that song.
No, it wouldn't, but then I could have that as the theme if I wanted to.
What, constantly?
All the time.
You'd get sick of it.
You would not.
You would.
Are you insane?
You would. You want it for when you hover Street Fighter 6 and you're like, it's time.
I'm fed up of all this customization. I would just prefer it blank before I get into the game. So when I'm trying to log in and trying to talk to you guys, I don't need fucking Kratos like music in the background, do I? I just don't need it in my life. I just want a plain background, keep it simple. We'll get into the game when I play the game. I'll talk to you when I play. When I talk to you.
You want like...
I want to turn it all off.
You're old, fam.
No, you just want like...
You're old,
You
bro.
want PS4, PS3...
Or
generation
SNES.
stuff.
Exactly that, yeah.
Just where it's the nice background music where it's like...
Yeah, something in the background.
Yeah.
Not for when I go to Vermintide and it's like...
Oh, to be fair, mind.
Like every
Yes.
oh, it's so annoying.
Vermintide is loud.
You need to be able to turn that shit off.
That's true.
completely.
That's something
right?
they actually do need to add.
So when you log into World of Warcraft, when you log into League of Legends, going back to PC here, you've got the option when you load up that menu screen to turn off that music, right?
Yeah.
And that's by default. PlayStation need that.
Yeah, I agree. I do agree. I will say this UI conversation, I think PS5 is a great UI, better than PS4. There's argument to be made whether it's better or worse than PS3. Majority seem to vote PS3, which I understand. I do understand. It's not the same opinion as me, but I understand their opinion.
There's a lot more of us of age.
Yeah. To bring it back to the Discord thing, I think it will be relatively seamless, depending on, they have two approaches, which is your PlayStation account sets up a new Discord account. Or,
That'd be bad.
So that would be on my side.
which, to be fair, it wouldn't be that bad. All you have to do is just join the server you're in. And that is it.
I guess.
And then you're in.
But
That
then
is
you're
it.
doubling up accounts. It's just
doubling
it's
up
just
accounts.
it's just horrible, isn't it?
It is horrible.
Yeah.
But then the alternative thing, which is what is preferred, is you just log in with your Discord account and it's synced. And if that happens, it should, in theory, work seamlessly. And then I'm the person who plays crossplay quite a lot, I think, out of us. So I used to play Warzone back on Modern Warfare 1. What I would have to do is, because my PC couldn't run the game, I'd join Discord on my PC, headphones on, and I'd have to have the sound from the game coming up my TV whilst I play COD. So
Fuck, that's
horrendous.
That's ropes.
Or coming from my capture card, which was delayed. So I opted for my TV.
Quick question: how are Sony going to handle the Discord premium version?
Oh,
Because
Nitro.
The Nitro, yeah. On PC, you can pay a certain amount to be able to do a little bit extra in Discord. How are PlayStation going to handle that?
I don't think any differently.
No different, yeah.
So Discord's going to earn all the money.
Well, I
Yeah.
think ultimately what it is.
Do you think Sony's going to allow that, or is it going to be more expensive on the Sony platform?
I think Sony aren't going to have a say. Because the only people who are going to be using Discord are people that have Discord.
Do you think Sony allows anything on their system where they don't take money from it?
I think that it's all about a partnership, and they can see the monetary value. They got an investment in Discord now. They actually own a bit of Discord.
So they're going to earn money through Discord thriving regardless of
I would
Discord.
shake hands. It's going to be more expensive on PlayStation than it is on PC.
It's free.
I don't think it's going to make any
Well,
difference.
Nitro's not free, but
No,
Nitro's they're not.
Nitro's going to be more
they
expensive on
can't charge
PlayStation than
more.
PC.
I-
100%.
They don't gain anything for charging more.
I don't think there's a way to sign up through PlayStation to get Nitro.
No, I agree.
I think it's impossible.
I agree.
So what if I'm a PC user? I've got Nitro. I get to do all these extra things.
But you can do that on your. Well, it just won't exist on the PlayStation UI. It would just be
It
basic.
just won't. They'll cut out all the extra video chat, all the extra
I think
emojis.
if you've
I just
used them, it's like the benefits of Nitro are.
I feel like it's more work to cut it out than just to include it.
Do you know the benefits are to Nitro?
Yeah.
You have you can have animated avatars. You can have different banners which are animated as well. You can change your profile layout, and you can have emojis from every server you're in rather than just the one. Like if you're in 7 servers, you can only send emojis to the server that are from the server you're in.
And there's upload limits as well for images and
upload
videos and
limits
things like
and
that.
download
Right?
limits for
yeah.
videos.
Yeah.
I think you might get the upload benefits. I can't imagine much else.
Yeah.
And it's
So if
not
I sign
even
up
the
on
case-
PlayStation, I get half of Nitro for free. That's what you're saying.
No.
Not for free. No, you won't get it for free. It's if you have Nitro on your PC, on your account, you have Nitro, you'll get that upload limit regardless.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't think it.
But
would-
you got to think PlayStation, software-wise, a dog shit arsehole. They're not going to be able to implement any of this shit. If they get Discord in, which, by the way, 7.0 is soon, if that's there in time, I'm well impressed. And if they can add any Nitro benefits to it, Jesus Christ, amazing. Surely they're not the ones that have done this, Discord are, because PlayStation is shit.
You're never going to get the benefit for being a PlayStation Discorder. You're going to get the benefit of being a PC Discorder.
Yes.
yeah.
That's what you're saying.
The benefit from being on PlayStation is that you can run the games at 120 FPS if you have a 120 screen, or ray tracing 60, and still hear audio. And that's my big benefit.
It just means that you can just have a little bit more connectivity with people that aren't in the PlayStation ecosystem. And sure, people can download the PSN app and they can speak to you, but realistically, who the fuck's doing that?
I gotta say, big, massive point, right? I mentioned this earlier. We Were Here Forever comes out 31st of January.
Yeah.
Crossplay. It has crossplay. Puzzle game. Gotta think, if someone's playing that on PC with you, you're on PlayStation, how are you supposed to speak to each other and hear in-game audio? The only answer is Discord. Or a capture card. And a capture card, even then, has delay.
I think it's wild that they're even doing this. like
think
bring
it
in
makes
Discord
perfect sense,
because
crossplay's existed for,
Sony
like,
don't
7 years.
want all the other.
They've changed a lot,
involved.
mate. They've changed a lot, mate. It's
They've
not-
invested in the company, so for
I
Discord to
think it's
do well, means
wild.
they do well.
I think it's wild. I think they'll give you a cut down version. That's what I think they'll do.
It will be a cut down.
It will be a
version.
cut down, yeah.
It will. It will. 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
But
No nitro.
the thing is,
No nitro. That's my original question,
yeah.
right?
the difference is going to be just how they don't care.
So why would you use Discord over just the PlayStation chat?
only to chat to people that we play with? Like,
Crossplay.
for example, when
Like
we
who?
play,
For crossplay.
like, say we play with Jaman.
So I'm playing We Were Here Forever. I've majorly, since the game's been out, it's not out on PlayStation yet. I've been playing with my friend Dan.
So how does that benefit Sony?
Because I'm able to play the game on their platform.
Right.
Rather than have to buy it on Steam and play it on Steam.
But you would have played it on PlayStation anyway because you're a PlayStation owner.
No, but I haven't. I bought it on Steam to play with Dan. Whereas with crossplay and Discord, why would I play it? Because he'll be playing it on Steam. I could be earning trophies on PlayStation.
Makes sense. It does make sense.
Doesn't feel like a massive draw though, does it?
I can
For
earn
the amount of
trophies.
investment that we're talking about. You've said they bought part of the company because of this.
Yeah,
That's-
they
It
couldn't
doesn't
make money.
feel like they're bringing a
Let's-
lot to it.
Let's think about the future.
Bring in the main application to it.
Ignore
see.
ignore what's out right now. Think about the future. There's a little game that is going to be coming out this year, which is The Last of Us multiplayer.
Factions.
Factions, yeah. And it's going to be huge. It is going to be huge. It might not be for us, but it's going to be massive.
It's going to be on PC as well.
It's going to come to PC.
Yeah.
It's seeding the ground for what comes in the future. And Sony's got a massive push for live service games at the moment. It's a huge thing that's been rumored for a long time. We talk about it on the show quite a lot.
Yeah.
All different studios. The more you can seed the ground to make it more connective between us and PC, the better it makes.
I
for the
agree,
future.
but I'm still skeptical because it's Sony.
Well-
And because I've been a PlayStation fan forever.
Well, that's a good stance to have.
Yeah.
That's a good stance to have.
I think as long as the voice chat works, who gives a fuck? All they need to do is make the voice chat work and no one else cares. If you can talk to a friend who's on PC, bless. If I got a wrong username on Discord, or if I can't show the right picture I want, or if I can't show my right roles, I don't give a shit. If I can talk to them and play a game whilst hearing the in-game audio and playing the game at a better fucking frame rate and resolution than my PC can handle, because my PC I built it in 2011, then I'm happy.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. It's only a few weeks' time, hopefully, or maybe a month or so, before we'll be discussing this and what 7.0 brings. Listeners, we'll keep you informed as we move on to that.
Philip Hoy, my best friend, one of my close friends, my colleague, my associate,
I'm a colleague now.
Colleague.
Colleague.
well, he's been a
I remember
colleague for a
that
few
because I
years.
got one more shot.
Well, to be fair, I'll tell you what, he's a colleague, but it's actually worked out quite well because we weren't that close before the podcast, but now we've become colleagues. Since then,
Because I beat him in Smash, guys.
he definitely hasn't. Since then, we've become colleagues, and through being
Carly
colleagues,
was
we've become
cracked.
friends, and now we're quite close.
Colleagues.
So I think we're quite close, Phil. I think we're good friends. You came to my birthday, mind. Davey didn't. You know what I'm saying?
I did actually, yeah.
Yeah, he did. Davey fucking didn't.
Yeah.
A childcare responsibility.
Oh, exactly. What an arsehole. All right, I want to hear, Phil, Linkin Park in the end.
Okay, I know that song. And what style?
Reggae.
Could I get a beat?
No.
Why?
I've had no help. I've had no help.
Give me a reggae beat.
No, I've had no help.
Come on. Come on, man. Yeah, we're gonna sing it now. Cause in the end, it don't matter. Yeah.
What was that?
I don't know. Why
And
did
the
this
rice and peas, it don't matter. Cause we're reggae and drinking the rum. Give it a little wiggle. Let's hear it.
It's a
Cause in the end,
Scottish reggae, man.
it don't even matter.
It's a Scottish reggae.
Ah, yeah, I've got one accent. It's Scottish. So, guys, quick news. It says on my iPad here, an estimated 90% of all games sold in the UK last year were digital, and that makes me sick.
Really?
I'm a collector. I love the physical disc. I love feeling that cartridge in my hand, that disc in my hand. I like looking at the manual, reading through it time after time. And that's all disappearing. And I'm very sad about that. I know, Spencer, you're the new school of gaming. You are very much a digital kid. Davey, you're in between us.
Wrong.
But how do you feel about this? 90%, that's a huge figure.
It's huge. Wrong, though. I much prefer physical digital. especially now that my download is 3.5 megabytes a second. I have to say, I'm going to steal this before anyone takes it.
Please.
I think the biggest reason digital is at a forefront right now, and it's the reason it's taking over, is because download speeds are becoming faster and faster. And you are able to midnight release a game and play it, 10 minutes later? Or you can pre-download most games.
You can pre-download, yeah. You can play it immediately.
Preload.
And there's digital deluxe editions that come with most games.
It's not just that either. It's just the ease of use. You don't have to
so much
rely.
ease.
You don't have to rely on people coming over. You know that if you book the Friday off, you've got it Friday from midnight. From the moment you wake up, you've got it. Whereas we've all been fucked.
In this last year.
We've all been fucked.
I was going to say, Elden Ring, I got 2 days late.
Yeah.
Whereas I had friends who had it a day early. And Elden Ring, it was me. I had to I pre-ordered the game, pre-order, and instead of it coming, I had to go to game and be like, can I get a copy of the game?
I remember that I was playing Horizon at the time and I had Elden Ring there.
Yeah.
So I'd pre-ordered it and I was like, you can just have my copy if you want. You're like, no, it's the principle of the thing.
Yeah, I went to game and I bought another copy of Elden Ring. And then when my freaking pre-order came through, I took it to game and sold it to game and I refunded it. And 'cause it's the same
man.
code,
I understand what you're saying and thing. A little overhang from the Jamaican accent.
Yeah.
But my problem is that I ordered Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You guys had it on the DLC, didn't you? You downloaded it a little bit earlier than
he
me.
did. I downloaded it.
I think it was a
Penny.
good couple of weeks. And you'd already platinumed it by the time I had the game physical.
Yeah,
so I
horrendous.
can understand that. The gap is getting bigger and bigger between the time you can get your DLC and the time you can get the physical disc. And it just saddens me, but I am old school on this. I'm never going to change. I'm always going to want the physical disc.
I think the issue is that right now there's far less reason to own it physically than there was years ago. Because like you were saying, the things that you enjoy from it, right? You don't have an instruction manual anymore.
I know.
It's a max, like a flyer.
I loved instruction manual. Actually, Hades did really well.
What that had.
Hades, you open it. It's got an instruction manual, but not really. It's got art of every single character.
Oh,
in the
see,
game.
that's nice. That's nice.
Really nice. But it includes that as it was the PS5 edition came with that. And that's what it was.
That was ages after its actual
Ages after its
initial
release.
release.
I'm
right?
not sure on its initial release. I'm not sure what it came with.
I didn't have one. I'm pretty sure it was fully physical to start with, and then it came. Sorry, thank you. Fully digital, and then it came to physical after.
But it came to PS4 and stuff, and it came to PS5 way later. And when I got my copy, and you have one as well, I'm sure. Did you?
I bought it day one digital because it was the only
digital.
place I could buy it. Yeah.
Right. So my physical copy came with a booklet inside, an instruction manual, as you would, but no instructions, just art of like each character, but like really good art.
See, this is the thing, though. I think that the more time has gone on, the more that developers, and rightly or wrongly, are relying on day one patches and things like that. So you end up getting a game that you put the disc in, you think, brilliant, I can't wait to play. You put that disc in after it's been delivered by Royal Mail at 2 p.m. in the afternoon, put it in, and it's got 2-hour download time until you're actually ready to play because it's got a full, massive ass fucking 80 gig patch.
But Davey, I don't mind that.
Well, for you, that's 2 minutes. That's why.
It doesn't matter to me. I'll download it. It's done, mate. I'm quicker than you loading up on your.
I didn't think we'd get into some dick swinging competition over internet speed today, but
Can't swing mine, it's too small.
But you are right.
There it is.
For someone like yourself with cracked ass internet, it's not a big deal. But for me, it's one of those things that when I'm at home, right? Like I think about it. If I'm at work and I haven't booked that day off, and I get home at 6 p.m. I put that disc in. I know I've got an hour for it to fully install.
Sure.
I can sort Cassie out, put him to bed, put my son to bed, and then I can dive on. I'm good to go. But if I book the day off, digital, you at least guarantee you'll get it from midnight. So I could either just like go to sleep with my son at 7, get up at midnight. I'm good to go from midnight. And that is something that I think has influenced so many people because it's easy. You know what to expect. I think we'll leave the news there. We've done quite a bit.
Probably best.
We got an hour.
Yeah.
I've had 2 shots.
It's been enough.
I lost. Let's be honest. Listeners, watchers, I lost.
Yeah, and we're not going to punish you any further, Spence. I think we should just move it on to the big quiz.
Stop. Topic time.
Listeners, we have arrived at the big quiz, and it's time for us to dive into this and crown the next champion, the next quiz king, if you will. I'm quite happy to give up my crown, but I've got a feeling I'm going to be taking this bad boy home, and I tell you what, it feels better on my head than anyone else's.
Might be on your head.
Not yet. I don't need to. As the current king, I could just kind of have it in front of me. That's fine by me. Anyway, what we do, listeners, is we crown who's going to go first by series. So we have a number each. I'm number 1. Phil is number 2. Spencer is number 3. We ask Siri which number to pick. Whoever then finishes that quiz picks the next person to go, etc., and so on. And we shall then decide who is the winner. So, Spencer, do you want to do the honors and ask Siri who starts first?
Gladly, my friend. Hey, Siri, pick a number between 1 and 3.
It's 1.
Guys, you have entered my quiz. And do you know what, baby? It's time to play the fucking game.
Time to play
To play the game. You're playing the game with me. The game you've got today is called The Gauntlet.
The Dominion came out of you then, mind.
And
that
this,
was the Dominion speaking.
that was the Dominion. And the way this works, I've got 4 separate games for you both to engage in a versus battle between yourselves.
Here we go.
Some of them, you will just be setting high scores. Some of them you will be competing against each other. Now, I'm kind of influenced by the cube in this. Have you ever seen that game show?
All right,
Oh, I
Schofield.
love the cube. What a show, yeah.
So the way this works, you've got 2 chips that you can use at any point, either of you. The one is a practice chip. So you can put a practice chip in, you can have a go on the game
Before your score counts.
before your score counts.
Okay.
The second one is a double point
So
chip.
if you're confident in the game, you can use it to double your score.
Exactly right.
Nice.
And that's why there's only 4 games to play, because one of them is going to be a double point.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
God damn.
So, the first game is going to be what I call fighting robots. Now, I got to say, listeners, all of these games are derived from Cassian's toys that I gave him for Christmas.
Aww.
Okay? So, all of them are children's games.
They were
that you
really
can
for
play.
Davey rather than for Cass.
Does anybody want to play a practice or a double?
I might want to play a double. And you might need to think about it.
I mean, if Spencer's playing a double,
It's a
I'm
mashup.
a man. So I'm going to play a double if he's playing a double.
Both
No,
play a
no,
double.
no, no. That's not how you want to work your chip, bro. I'm going to give you advice.
I don't care.
Both for double. Okay, we're getting doubles out the way. Now, 1 second, with the magic of editing, it will soon begin. Fighting robots is set up. So the rules with this.
Hang on. Do you understand what he did for a profession a few years ago?
Yeah. It's
This.
fine though. It's fine.
It's fine.
So we got double points on the line. The way this works, whichever robot falls over first loses. It's a best of 3. 3, 2, 1, fight. Oh, Spencer's going in for the attack. Spencer's facing the wrong way. If he goes off a table, he's also disqualified. They're both going crazy. This is why they should have used that practice chip to get... Oh, Spencer's down! Spencer's down! It's the best out of 3, so we got plenty of time to reset. Gonna reset the robots right here.
They don't move the way they should.
No house robots in this one.
That practice chip really should have been used by these 2 combatants. So we're going to begin this fight again in 3, 2, 1, fight. Oh, and so as the green robot and the red robot, they're coming in close to each other. They're both kind of facing off to the side. They both don't know what they're doing. Spencer is going to go off a table right now. He's going to get a round out. He's going to get a round out. He's going to go off. He's going to go off. He's got no hope. He's got no hope. Oh, and he's off. It's a double point. It's a double point victory. Phil has earned 2 points. Spencer 0 for the first round of this. Both double point chips are out of the equation, and that is a terrifying upset for this first round.
There's no back on this controller. You're going to go forward or you go left or right. I tell you what, I went forward and he turned left.
Should have used that practice chip. The practice chip still very much in play for these 2 combatants. Spencer, as the loser of that round, it means that it's shot time. Limoncello, great choice. Great choice. He's angry about this. Here you go, my friend. Oh, what's this full of?
Didn't finish that. Limoncello.
I was already doing my thing. Is this limoncello?
Yeah, you haven't drunk
Finish
it,
that.
apparently. So you can drink that. And he can. Oh my god.
Not finishing his drink, that's a punishment.
That's got to be a punishment, surely. I think.
Is that a full one?
That's half a shot. Yeah.
I'll allow.
That is half a shot.
If Davey allows it, I'll allow it.
Surely, bro.
He's got better eyes than me.
He doesn't.
I definitely don't.
He doesn't. He's not better at anything than you, mate. Other than... Yeah, nothing, actually.
Top it up, Spence. There you go, mate. Right, so that is round 1 done of my quiz. Well done on Phil. Double points to start the round off. Very, very strong indeed. Very, very strong. Now, the second round is whack-a-mole.
Oh!
You've got a choice for using your practice chips. That's all you have left. If either of you want to. The way it's going to work is your max score. We're going to put it onto level 4, the hardest difficulty it has. The max score you
Is there
have.
a little hammer or do you do it with your hand?
You will find out in a moment.
Oh,
Would anybody like to use their practice chip before they begin?
Who's going first?
I lost, so surely Phil.
Phil,
I'm fine, mate. I'm cracked at this.
you want to use it for practice? Spencer, would you like to use your practice chip beforehand?
No. Yeah.
Pick up the hammer. Hit speed 4. Good luck. Off to a strong start, Philip Hoy really going for it. Even with the amount of alcohol he's had, he's going for it. He's lost 1 life already, but he's going strong. And I'm surprised that this kind of caliber can be kept up after this amount of alcohol. You know, oh, that's a terrible mistake from Philip Hoy, but he's brought it back. He's going for it. It's the kind of determination that I'd expect somebody to bring to an Olympic level result.
That was sick, Phil, mine.
He's still going. It's nowhere near over. He's past level 1 of speed 4.
Is that all it is?
He's got a long time to go yet before he sets any kind of record. The speed is increasing. Philip Hoy's determination needs to match that. This is a game designed for 4+. And I tell you what, on speed 4, when you're alcohol down, it becomes another question. And it's out at 87. Philip Hoy's streak comes to an end. Spencer has a score to beat.
87, mate.
87.
Getting there.
87.
87. The scoreboard is going crazy. Well done.
Faster than I thought it'd be.
That is really good. Speed 4 does not fuck around. And here we
That was
go.
faster than I thought it'd be, mine.
Go.
So-
Wait. Or did I do it again?
So, it's selecting the speed
Do
now.
I wait till the lights up or can I just do it?
Wait till lights up. Speed 4 and we're off. Now Spencer has got a long target to go for. 87 is huge. And he's already missed the first one. This is looking ropes. This is looking ropes. This is looking ropes right now. But could he bring this back? Spencer got that mindset of a champion. That determination where he says, do you know what? I've lost 2 points already. I need to win this to stay in this quiz. And this is why he is going for it. He's only missed 1. So he's got 2 more lives to go. I tell you what, it's not... He's going on to level 2. He's on 52 points. He's got 35 more to go before he matches Philip Hoy. 2 lives to go. It's actually quite a strong start for Spencer Davis. And Philip Hoy is looking worried. I'm looking over and he's looking like the kind of man that realizes he's on death's door right now. He's about to lose a point and take a shot. Is that going to happen? Are we going to see a new champion of whack-a-mole here? He's fucked it. 5 to go. He's fucked it. Philip Hoy takes another point in the Matthew Davis Big Quiz.
I'll tell you what, I adopted Phil's technique of doing this.
Short hammer.
But it hides half the fucking things.
Oh.
I think this would have been optimal going.
I tell you what,
Shot glass.
well done.
Shot glass.
Shot glass being filled up. Unfortunately, Spencer adopting somebody else's tactic, especially someone like a loser.
My own detriment.
Yeah. I set a score of 200 on this
What's
pre-drinks.
going on there? Is that for me?
Yes. Jaeger bomb for Spencer Davis. He is taking it like a champ. How do you feel? We're at the kind of midpoint of this
2-0
quiz.
mine.
2-0. We got 2 more games to go. 2 practice.
3 points, though.
3 points for yourself.
Did you hear that?
Spencer's got a chance to bring this back to 3-2. How do you feel, Philip Hoy? Are you feeling pretty confident going into the last 2 stages?
Well, Davey, I've trained for this. I'm doing it for my mum, my dad, my brother out in London. I haven't seen him for a while. And he'd really appreciate to see me really push this to the next level.
Yeah.
I've been training for this a long time. went to university multiple times to study these games, and it's really important. It's me, it's my soul, it's where I'm from.
I could see that in your Whack-A-Mole game. You brought a kind of passion to the game that I don't think has existed in Whack-A-Mole's history. And I gotta say, it was a joy to watch. I may have set a personal score of 200 on there, playing when I've been playing with Cassian.
you?
Yes.
But not drinking.
On level 4.
But yes, but not drinking. And that is a huge testament to even get to 87. Spencer, it was a damn shame to see you fall so close.
Alright, 82. Also, how much I drank?
Unfortunately,
Get worse.
it's only going to get worse.
How much I drank?
Get that down, you, my friend.
It's a piece of bargain, man.
So I
Trying to change conversation
From the
will
Euro shop.
result in a punishment. Please get it down, you, and we'll move on over to the next quiz. Thank you very much. The next game, ladies and gentlemen, you will both be playing a game that you will be passing it between yourselves.
okay. Oh right, let's head to head this.
You.
The way this works is a best of one. Whoever goes out loses and takes the shot.
Okay.
The game in question, Bop It.
Oh, I love Bop It.
Let's bop it.
You have Bop It? Is the original Bop It?
Bop It how it looks now.
Oh, that is not the original fucking Bop It. What
Who
the
wants
fuck?
to begin? Winner begins. No, loser begins because it's
begin.
easier.
Bop it. Twist it. Pull it.
I'm meant to pass it.
Pass it. Pull it. Bop it. Pull it.
It's become quite tense. It's gone quite quiet in the quiz ecosystem here. Remember, this is a point where Spencer needs to win this.
Bop it. Bop it. Pull it. Bop it. Pull it. Pass
I
it.
feel like I can't commentate this, but I really should.
Twist it. Twist it. Pull it.
It's getting tense. It's getting really tense. This is the thing right now, is that Bop It's one of those games that you don't think about too much.
Twist it.
But when you're
Bop it.
undeniable amounts of alcohol in,
Twist it.
it becomes incredibly hard.
Twist it. Pull it.
And I devised these games that they're simple at first, but the more alcohol you have, the worse it gets. I had hoped I could be number 3 on this quiz.
Twist it.
I don't know who's gonna... Spencer is obviously more drunk than Phil.
Way more. I'm trash as fuck, listeners.
So,
Twist it. Pull it. Bop it. Twist it.
In the bag.
this is a clean
How am I
sweep.
beating Spencer at this type of stuff? This
I'm
is
trash as
this is
fuck,
Spencer
Phil.
all over.
Bro, I'm so trashed, fam. Alright, are we still doing the last 2 or no?
Easy win, innit?
There's one more game left. But before we get to that, and this last game...
I'm so yeah.
This last game is a real test of skill. It's a game that me and Cassian play every single day.
Alright.
But before we get to that, Spencer, it's your
Shot.
turn for a shot. So,
Give me the cello, bro.
give me the limoncello, is it?
Give me the cello, please.
Well,
All the things I could shot, give me the cello.
how are you finding this, Spencer? Are you finding this quiz enjoyable, even if you are getting sucker punched by Mr. Philippoy? I've never seen such a defeat like this.
I'll tell you what.
In big quiz history.
I find it very fun. And the Bop It, especially, I love Bop It. That's not real Bop It. I'll tell you now, that's not real Bop It. The Bop It is black. Like the real homies. And it's got 4 things. You can twist it, you can pull it, you can spin it, and you can do something else with it. I don't even remember
I
what.
think if you had all these different things, you would have gone out way quicker than you did. You got 3
Yeah.
things and you...
No, the thing is he's sober enough to focus, there's 2 things. And that's it. If there's multiple things, I'm drunk enough to lose on something. But he's
The thing about it,
bad
Spence.
enough.
The thing about it, Spence, you are what? 20 years my senior?
Junior.
20 years my junior.
Yeah, yeah.
And I've been drinking.
Yeah, you are 60
You know. But some of us can handle the drink.
The difference is, Spence, if you didn't lose, you would actually not be taking as many shots. But the problem is you can't help but lose. You're just a bit of a loser at the minute.
I remember when I started drinking.
Yeah, I remember my first beer.
That was the problem.
Yeah, I remember my first beer.
First cube, first beer. It's all happening together.
Like, do you know how many pubes I have? It's a mess.
I don't think we need to see this.
I'll show.
Just get it down you, and then you got the last game.
Is this the last game?
The last game of my quiz. You've already used your double points, so you've still got a priceless chip.
4 games.
Yeah, but you've used
So
double
I've
points
already
already.
won, but
Yeah, but you're playing for points, aren't you?
You won 5 points.
4.
Well,
You're on 4 points.
no, you had double points. So you win 2 points on the first round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
so
they
now
won
you've
2
the next
subsequent
2,
ones.
You're on 4 points.
Yeah.
You win 5 on this one.
Oh,
So if you win this game, you win 5 points.
Okay.
Spencer,
You're on 5. You don't win 5 points. You're on 5 points.
Yeah.
You've won 4 points.
so far.
so far.
Same argument, yes. So here we go. We're in the last game of my quiz, and it's called Banana Blast.
Fuck
now
me.
this game is a game that me
Yeah.
and Cassian
Okay.
sweat.
Okay.
We adore this
Yep.
game. It's not fair for me to play you boys in this game. I'm going to show you it. Does anybody want a practice on this game? As you've got 1 practice chip each left.
We both have one. It's the last game. We may as well.
Fuck it. No, I don't want one.
That's insane, yes.
I'm 4-0 up.
No, but you may as well use it because you have it.
Yeah, but I'm 4-0 up.
No, but it's practical.
You're prey at the moment, mate.
Phil, as you don't have a practice, can I ask you to leave the room, please?
I love Phil, bro.
Can I ask you to leave the room?
No, he can stay, bro. I say he stays. I went in a class. I love Phil's attitude, man. I love
Okay,
him.
okay. This is
love
Banana Blast. The way this works.
Is it like
Pop-up pirate.
No, it's not like Pop a Pirate. The
it
different.
not?
No. What will happen is you will.
Oh, wait. Out the room. Get the fuck out.
All right, maybe I'll have my practice. My practice is watching Spence.
There we are. There we are. Well,
Okay.
no, your practice is.
No, I don't want to
not
practice.
watching me,
I'm going to
you're
watch you.
practicing
I'm going to watch you. I'm going to watch
Alright, bang.
Okay, so you're both using your practice chip. The way this works, you will each roll the dice. Okay? Now, it's normally the youngest goes first because it's designed for children. So Spencer will go first.
Oh, this time you're 60.
You roll the dice, and on the dice, you've got a number of different options. You've got a single banana, a double banana, a banana gift, or you've got a banana steal. What will happen is when you roll the dice, it will tell you, say you got a single banana, you will pull that banana.
So
You
it is
pull it out, you pull it
pop-up
out.
pirate.
It's Pop
No,
Pirate.
it's not Pop a Pirate. It's not Pop a Pirate. Because what happens is, eventually...
It's not a pirate that pops up. It's a monkey.
It's a bonsai banjo.
Eventually, that monkey will pop up, and when he does,
Oh, yeah.
if you
You got to catch it.
if you catch that monkey,
Same as pop-up pirate.
no, pop a pirate, it pops up. That's the end of the game. You lose if you pop the pirate. You lose. That's how pop a pirate works.
So hang on. If you catch the pirate, you win. If you
No.
catch the monkey, you win.
No, if you grab the monkey in midair and you grab him, you get to steal 2 bananas off your opponent, and the game ends. Okay, it's a
you
best
win.
of 3.
You win.
Well, you might
Oh,
not.
it's like Quidditch?
No, it's just you
No,
grab 2
Quidditch.
bananas.
Quidditch is you get all the Quidditch, you get 150 points. But if they have
Why are
more
we doing a
points than
practice?
that
It's just
anyway, they will still win. So it's like, so if you grab the monkey, you earn 2 bananas, but if they have more than that anyway, they still win.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's Quidditch.
it's just banana.
Yeah, but Quidditch was like 2000.
Right. So
Where can I put my hands?
you are watching.
No,
you're choosing to watch.
absolutely
Oh,
fucking
I'm
not.
just watching.
No.
Spence, you pull them all out. You grab the monkey.
Wait. Could I say during the game you can't do this?
No, hands have
Why
got to
not?
be on the table. Hands got to be
Hands
on
got
the
to
table.
be on the table.
On the
Off.
table.
No, off.
On the table. They've got to be hands
Like
down.
there.
No.
Like this in
Like
front
this.
of you.
There.
Your thumbs have to be on the over the edge.
Yeah, but I've got
Yeah.
bigger hands than you.
Yeah, but who
That's
gives a
fine.
fuck? 'Cause I got faster reaction time.
So
than 12.
you will both
Not so
have it.
far.
You will both have it around.
Clearly not, yeah.
You will both have it in the middle of you.
No, don't do that because for the viewers, have it. Yeah.
Okay, it's 4-0.
It's 4-0 exactly.
Okay. Right. So Spence,
Practice round.
just pull the bananas, and then you got to get used to grabbing that monkey. Yeah.
Right.
So
He's
so
lost.
no,
That's his
nobody's
practice
got him.
over.
So nobody's got him yet.
Practice
So
over.
that is practice over.
Right.
Hang on, can I
Ready?
use 2 hands
No.
to pull a banana?
No.
Who goes first? Youngest first.
Yeah, you can use no matter how many hands you want. You can use
Okay.
as many hands you want.
Youngest first. Then.
Alright, hang on, I'll put this back in.
So he's got to put his other hand here. Yeah.
2,000 years later.
What's the best score you can achieve?
It is 12 bananas, which is the max on the table.
12 bananas.
It's not realistic.
No,
Don't
what?
go for it.
Wow.
Well,
If you
Spencer,
go for it, you win.
as the youngest, sure go. So roll the dice. Roll the dice.
I pull. If I get 2 bananas, I pull 2 bananas.
You got two bananas.
2 bananas.
2 bananas. Get ready to grab that monkey if you need to. Ooh. Phil, I want to see your hands back on the table, please.
Your hand should have been on the table that entire time.
Yeah.
That's actually outrageous of you. Disqualification.
Like, where can this hand go if I'm...
No, you roll the
That's
dice.
fine. Roll the dice.
Roll the dice and put your hands back. Roll your dice, put your hands back, and then when you pull
Roll the dice.
thing,
2 bananas.
2 bananas.
Then grab 2 bananas. You can grab 2 with both hands. You can grab them out. Yeah.
With 2 hands?
Yeah, it takes a little bit of pressure to grab them out. They don't come out really easy.
they don't. They actually really don't.
1,
One.
2 bananas, please. Oh, he's getting ready. He's getting ready.
What a
Keep
cheeky
holding your
monkey.
bananas. You need to be able to tell the difference.
What? Oh, I'll keep these by me then. What the fuck?
Yeah.
You're a cheeky monkey.
Whoever has the most bananas at
You
the end
literally
wins.
went.
This is
hang on.
by the way, it's the best of 3. So just
Okay.
don't fuck around too
Simmer down.
much.
Hang on.
Roll
It's
the
second
dice.
monkey mind. You went.
He's ready for it. I respect
Roll
the
dice.
hustle. So that means you got to steal. You can steal that off Philippoi.
What? Steal a banana.
A banana.
Oh.
It's not the monkey, though, is it?
It's the most. It's the most. Yeah, but the
1.
most banana wins.
It's getting a bit tense here. 2 bananas for Mr. Spencer Davis. One's out. Is the monkey gonna go? I don't know. I don't know if he is. I don't think he is. Is he? No. Oh, it's
So am I
getting
losing
close.
on
It's getting
bananas,
close.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah,
the
it's
most
your
bananas
losing.
wins. Even if you grab the monkey.
A
Most
gift. You got to give Spencer one of your bananas.
And then it's my turn.
Yeah.
Fuck this game.
So now
Mate, to be fair, I'm down to you like 3-0.
4-0.
a gift. You got to give one back. Oh, and what you got to say is what means cast do. Thank you. They're not going to do it. It is a steal for Mr. Philippoi, so he's taking a banana back. Oh, and that's a nice, sweet tasting banana. A lovely fruit. 2 bananas for Mr. Spencer Davis. 1 is the second one going to be a Oh! And no one's caught it. It is lost. Game is over. It doesn't matter, Spence. It's gone. Spence, it's gone. He's a renegade. Spencer, it doesn't matter. You've already lost it, mate. It's not who gets it first, who catches it out of the air. And so that is, what is the scores here?
I got 3 bananas.
How many?
6.
Spencer wins round 1.
Woo!
On to round 2. Let's reset the bananas. And we begin round 2. It's
What a horny little monkey mind. Look at him. Put his ass on the thing.
Oi, 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 oi. Stop messing with my monkey. I'd rather not you sexualize my children's... My child's...
A few inches later.
Right, this one's for the viewers.
It's a gift.
You
It
gotta
means a
give me a
skip.
banana.
It means a skip go because there's no
No,
bananas to
surely
give.
he pulls a banana and gives
Nope.
it to me. That's wrong.
Nope.
Oh,
Off the table,
I'll
Michael?
do it again.
No. It's a children's game. 1 banana. Oh, both
so
ready.
ready,
Both
though.
ready. Both
Fella's
ready.
not had a beverage in his life.
It's a skip. Oh, yeah, it's a steal. Yeah, it's fine. That's allowable. Gift. No. It's a gift.
Oh, I
You do
gift
not
him
have
one.
any bananas.
Oh,
You just
shit.
skip go for you.
Fuck you.
This is the game that really matters. We've already had 1 victory by Mr. Spencer Davis. Can Philippoi get a huge leg up in the quiz by getting
Jeez,
5
go on,
points to
keep
start?
going, Phil.
I can't remember.
Alright, keep doing that.
In
Sorry.
the last
Spin it towards me.
6 times on this quiz that we have as a steal.
Steal?
So you steal one of
that a
Mr.
steal?
Hoy's. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time we've had such a clear victory
2.
on this quiz. It's actually been such a long time. And now
Anton's
with
on the
2.
I'm like this. I'm not
Yeah,
even on the table.
yes,
I'm on
absolutely allowable. So here we go. Could this be the popping banana moment? No.
it. So hang on.
No.
Wait. If he's ahead of me on bananas and he pops the banana and I grab it, what happens?
You nicked 2 of his.
2 is 2.
Yeah.
Counts for 2.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
That's why it's such a game of skill. Can you,
yeah,
if you do that again, you're off.
Have a shot.
Gift.
Fucking
Oh,
hell.
this is ropes, this game.
I keep trying to twist it like that.
Oh, Mr. Hoy. He's got no bananas to grab, but it's a clear victory for Philip Hoy. So it is down to 1 apiece.
Oh, I won the first round.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
So this is the finale of Banana Blast. And I gotta say, this has been a show for the century. This is one of those games of Banana Blast that you wish and pray that you could see once in your lifetime. because this kind of
There you
thing
go,
doesn't
mate.
happen very often. Spencer
You can
Davis.
roll first.
Spencer Davis. Oh, the cheek of it. It's like a WWE. And here we go. Spencer begins.
It's like Martinez from the World Cup.
What is he going to
A
roll?
little football reference.
And he,
Roll on the dice.
what's he going to roll? It is a steal, and there's nothing to steal. There's nothing to steal. And it's a gift, and there's nothing to gift, so it's back round. So no harm done, no harm, no foul. 1. Remember, this monkey could pop at any time. It's a dynamite exchange with this monkey. I got a feeling it's gonna go late this game, but who knows? You cannot do that, Mr. Hoy. Mr. Hoy would get disqualified.
Like this.
It would get
If I went like this, surely not allowed.
If he pulls that, you are disqualified, Spencer, if that happens. So don't even tempt me, because I will disqualify any of you.
No, that's what he did to me. Do you not see?
Yeah,
You're insane.
I told
I
him
was
to.
explaining to him.
I told him to.
Absolutely insane.
Phil, keeping it very respectful. Hand on the
well,
table.
that hand has to
That
be
hand
over
needs to
here.
be. He's
Respectful.
He's tempting the judges right here. 1. Ooh, here we go.
respectful.
Now there is so much on the line here.
Seen a Spencer-
4 points to 1. We've seen so many quizzes go down to 1 point each.
Seen if Spencer got a blow. Can I get a blow? Because I've heard
Yes.
some good results off your blows.
Not at all. I literally had to gift you a fucking banana.
That's a double. That's a single banana. Oh, Jesus Christ. 3 to 2. And it's a gift. Spencer, oh, thank you. Oh, and it's a steal. Philip Hoy is taking the lead here. He's taking the lead. We need a double banana if I've ever seen one. And could this be it? Oh, it's gone. Oh, this is
No. He almost cancelled the recording. It almost cancelled the recording.
Nah, it's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
We got the recording.
All right, you win. That's peak.
Thank you,
Jesus
Spencer.
Christ.
GG's,
Cheers.
fella.
GG's.
Get a shot.
Phil,
Fucking hell, I was close to being bad.
you end my quiz with 5 points to 0. A clear victory. You have run the gauntlet, Mr. Hoy, and you
All
have
the way.
survived,
All
and
the
you've
way.
gone the whole way.
Easy.
Thank you very much. 5 points to yourself. Well done on being a champion. What a strong start from Philip Hoy over here in Banana Blitz and the Gauntlet. Banana Blast. Spence, let's have a quick interview with yourself. How do you feel this gauntlet went? Did you enjoy it? And ultimately, what stopped you from winning this, from taking Philip Hoy's crown here? Because he's certainly secured victory.
Yeah. I did thoroughly enjoy it. I really did. I think this is kind of proof as to why you enjoy Transformers and I enjoy Last of Us. I think,
What does that mean?
kids games are just your kind of games, my friend. It doesn't matter the age you are, it's the age your brain is. If you win at kids games, you win at kids games. Tell you what, my games, we'll see who wins.
Okay, well, let's
That
move
is more than a shot, and that's how it goes.
Let's move it on to the next quiz. Now, I think it's only fair to give Spencer a rest from the shots for a moment. So I'm going to hand it over to you for your quiz. And you've been telling me, Spence, that you put a lot of effort into this quiz. So I can't wait to see what you brought to the table here.
I have, right. And listen, my initial idea, I didn't go through it.
Listen.
My initial idea, I'll explain it to you. My initial idea was 2 truths and a lie. No, 1 truth and 2 lies.
Okay.
So I'd have 1 truth and 2 lies, and I'd tell you, and you have to guess which one's the truth. Fell through on that idea. So what I've done is I've put 5 questions about myself.
Oh.
Right? You have to choose which one is correct, except there's a turn. There's a turn. Whoever gets to go first is decided by a specific rule. And I'm about to show you that rule. Are you ready?
Yes.
We're ready. Hit us.
What kind of term do you think he's got? Do you think he remembers at this point?
I've still not got a clue. But
No.
he's stacking the odds against me because I'm only an associate.
You're a colleague.
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 You've been a friend for
What is
a long
this?
time. I think
What-
this is
Is this Beyblade?
Baneblade.
This is my quiz. It's called fucking Beyblade. The best animated show to ever hit TV aside from Ben 10 and Beat 'em On and Johnny Test. Those are the only 3. Right, listen, you two, this is what you're going to do. You're going to fight in a Beyblade competition. You get to choose. The issue is the loser gets to choose every time which Beyblade to choose.
Okay.
I have black and gold.
Okay.
So the loser gets to choose. You're going to do rock, paper, scissors, round 1. And the winner gets to choose their Beyblade, black or gold.
Is it after what? Is it on 1 or on 0?
Rock,
That's the
paper,
most-
scissors, shoot.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
So 0. Wait.
Sub-zero.
Before you do that, so rock, paper, scissors, shoot. You do it on shoot. Before that, on shoot, you get the pick, black or gold. Right? I know Dave's going to pick gold. Trust me, pick black. But the winner, whoever wins out of the Beyblade battle, gets to answer the question first. And I have 5 questions for you.
And they're about you.
They're about me.
How self-fucking-indulgent that is.
Right, listen. The first 3 are about gaming. To do with me. Still about me. But the issue is, this is a get-to-know me quiz. This is a how well do you know me quiz.
This is a Stormzy where do you know me from quiz.
This is
How long have you known Spencer?
longer than you.
Just a little bit longer than you.
But
Stacked against me this
no.
one.
None of the questions I've put in are questions that you shouldn't know.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Well, let's do our rock, paper, scissors, get out of the way. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Phil wins.
Well done.
So, Phil...
Do you know how I did that?
You saw my scissors earlier, didn't you?
Stone is more manly, mate.
Well, paper.
And I know you're a pussy-o.
Which colour are you picking? Black or gold?
Gold.
Oh,
shit.
Okay, all right.
Well, then I'll set it up if you want. But let me explain. Right? So, you've chosen gold.
Yeah.
That means you get to be gold, obviously. But if he still wins this go, he goes first.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Of
course.
But I'm gold.
I have questions.
Gold is number 1,
I'm
mate.
not going to ask you the question until you've gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you guys compete, and then I'll ask the question.
All right, mate.
3, 2, 1, let it rip!
Who wins?
Oh my god, it's a double burst. It's a double burst. I will say the gold lasted longer. So who's gold?
Me. Gold, baby. All gold.
You lasted longer, so you get to answer the question first. But Davey, you get to answer second.
Okay.
So I'm gold, baby.
What was my first platinum? Was it A, Telltale's The Walking Dead,
Right.
B, The Telltale's Game of Thrones, or C, The Telltale's Batman?
I'm going to go... Can I hear the questions again?
The question is, what was my first platinum?
And the options.
A, The Telltale's The Walking Dead, B, Telltale's Game of Thrones, or C, Telltale's Batman? David, 2 seasons final.
I'm going to go Telltale's Batman.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Telltale's Game of Thrones.
The answer is B, Telltale's Game of Thrones.
Oh, get that point, baby.
So that's my point. As much as you might win Beyblade, you might lose the question. But it's the way the game goes. Potentially. Who knows?
Time for your shot, Mr. Villepoy.
Jump my glass over there.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that. Thank you.
Well
Love
done.
you, fella. Love you, mate.
GG's.
Yeah. 68.
So we gotta do this again?
You got to do it every round, bro.
Every round. Bloody hell.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, let it rip! Oh, what a fight we have! Oh! Gold first. Oh! The black wins.
Thank you, David.
GG's, I guess.
So, question 2
Go on, then.
goes to you first.
Thank you.
What was the first game we can't mention that I ever played?
The game that cannot be mentioned remake.
Number 1.
Number 1.
The game that can't be mentioned. I can't say the same thing, can I? So, game can't
Right,
mention
hang
2.
on. Can I stop you from answering? I'll give
I
you,
would just accept what he said and...
I was gonna say, I'll give you. Do you want me to give you multiple choice?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
I'm going with 1 remake and he's going with 2 remake.
You can go with 2 minutes.
Well, we can't answer the same thing, can we? As per the rules of the quiz. You can't answer the same thing as somebody else.
Yeah, but they're both wrong.
Oh, well.
Well,
So I'll give you
brilliant.
multiple choice. I'll give you multiple choice.
No,
No,
they're wrong.
that's fine. If they're
No,
wrong, they're
neither
wrong.
answers are even included in a multiple choice. Because neither of them are the first 3 games I
It's
played.
done. We've already done
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Oh, fine. No points then. No points.
No points.
Shot each.
Shot each.
I was gonna say to you boys.
Sorry, 5, isn't it?
No.
Oh, that's still wrong.
The answers that would amount to it are the first 3 RE games I played are either RE Umbrella Chronicles, Umbrella Dark Side Chronicles, or RE5.
You got a shot glass there, Phil?
What would the answer be?
Umbrella Chronicles.
Umbrella Chronicles.
The thing you should have said is whoever's closer to the actual truth. Because that's what I'm doing on mine. So no one will ever take 2 shots.
Even then, it would have been him.
Spence was going to do multiple choice. And we just answered too fast.
Yeah, literally that. Yeah.
All right, Beyblades.
Yeah, in Bublé took one. 3, 2, 1, let it rip! Oh, the gold burst!
Gold's shit.
I won with the first match of gold.
Well, the issue is, you've lost now, so you get to choose black next turn. But the question is, what was my favourite game? You get to answer first, mind.
No, I do, because I won.
Oh, yeah. What was my favourite game before The Last of Us?
Multiple choice.
The answers are Bulletstorm, Dead Space 2, or Super Smash Bros. Wii U. You get to go first.
Super Smash Bros. Wii U.
Bulletstorm.
The answer's Bulletstorm.
Shot, please.
Is
mate.
it?
You said that on the podcast loads of times.
What, your favourite game?
It's my favourite FPS of all time.
You said it on the podcast so many times.
Yeah, but he's also been like, I met all my friends playing Smash.
Yeah, but fuck
Oh,
I was a nerd
They're a
before.
bunch of cunts.
I was a nerd before Smash. That's
I'm a
how
nerd now.
That's how I left my room.
You think I fucking stopped being a nerd through Smash? Fuck them lot. That's insane.
Getting angry.
Me?
Yeah.
I hate him.
I love this pub. To be fair, it's cool, isn't it?
It's cool as fuck, man.
These shots
It
are
is.
massive.
I don't like how much cheeks they give me, but yeah.
Yeah, you're done, Spence.
I'm fucking beyond, bro.
Beyond.
Cheers.
Cheers, mate. Wouldn't know what that shot's like. Enjoy. Right.
There's
I've
one
won
more
every
beverage left.
Beyblade I've drunk every time.
One beverage left.
Which colour do you want to be, Phil?
Black.
Shocker. Alright, 3, 2, 1, let it rip! Gold burst, so black go first.
Yours is absolutely milking mine. It
I
makes
won
no
with that.
sense.
We'll swap at the last one if you want.
It's still going.
It's so good.
It's just the way I do it, mate. Just absolute skills.
Could be.
Absolute skills.
gold shit, man.
Okay. I won on the
Gold
first one.
shit. You tell me gold shit. Nice one.
Well, I haven't got any of the questions right, but
Alright, well, you
every
go
Beyblade.
first. You go first.
Well, I won that.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
you go.
exactly.
So you're not helping me.
So
yeah.
I'm asking you a question. You
Go
go
on then.
first.
All right, thanks.
How many bones? Because this entire quiz has been about me, right? How many bones have I broken in my life?
Multiple
0,
choice.
1, or 2?
Where'd you know me from? Where'd you know me from? Where'd you know me from? I have no idea either.
2.
I'm gonna go 0.
This is 1.
Both drink.
The issue is, right, technically it's 0. But
Technically 0.
I fractured my elbow and they told me it was a break.
It's not
a break. That's a break.
fracture.
Davey, get a drink, don't you?
They,
a fracture.
no, they told me it was like a bit worse than a fracture, it's a break. I got x-rays and shit, they said it's a break, but it should heal at roughly the same time as a fracture.
Break's
Just
a break.
a fracture.
Do you want a
It
Jaeger
was a
bomb?
fracture, but they
Davey,
told me it was a
Jaeger
break.
bomb?
What would you class it as? Fracture or break?
I'd say it was a fracture.
So I'm right then.
But
I'm classing it as a break.
the doctor said it was a break. I would class
Then-
it as a fracture.
Jaeger bomb?
I go with the doctors over you, mate.
Davey?
Yeah.
Sure, I'll have a Jaeger bomb. Is there anything in this?
Yes, Jaeger bomb.
You got a bum
All the way down, mate.
all the way down your belly.
And there's my quiz.
Lovely that.
I got one more question, thank you.
Do we have to do the Beyblades?
Yeah, it's a quiz.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, let it rip! Oh,
You broke.
No.
No. Black stopped spinning before it broke.
Hey.
Black wins. But that means he has to answer the question first.
Okay.
Dave, you lost every time on Beyblades. I've lost every time on the answer question.
I think it's because I've had sex before, Phil. I think that's why Beyblade
Sex
just...
with Spencer, because obviously you know him so well.
Well, you'd think I'd win.
Well, this is the last question, right?
Hit me.
What age should I lose my virginity?
Oh, jeez, I don't know.
Multiple choice.
16, 17, 18.
I think it was 16. I reckon you were at it. You're from Newport. Why not? Your dad probably burst in your room and just sat down on you. 16.
That's insane, but yeah, go on. Insane, man. That's mad.
I don't think you were 16. I'm pretty sure you told me before you weren't 16. I got a feeling. As much as I don't want to say it, I think 18 seems quite old to lose your virginity. So, and you're a bit of a stud, really. So I'm gonna say you were 17, but I actually think it might be 18.
So where are you going to go? Don't sit on the fence.
I'm gonna go
Davey.
17.
Like
I'm gonna go
every
17.
one of your
I'm gonna go
predictions on the
I'm gonna go-
fence.
I'm gonna go 17.
I was 16.
2-1.
I slept with my ex-girlfriend's best friend.
Shot, Davey.
Yeah, shot please, mate. I have a limoncello, thank you.
No, we're doing Jaeger bomb.
But I didn't get a fucking choice, so you don't get a fucking choice. I had 2 Jaeger bombs.
No, you should be so angry.
I am angry.
I'm quite
I am fucking angry.
I'm quite accepting for a
Fuck
Jaeger bomb.
your arsehole, bro.
I'm quite happy to have a Jaeger bomb, thank you.
Fuck you.
I don't know why you're so angry about it. It's not hurting
The
you,
end
is
of the
it?
quiz.
Fuck you.
And that's the end of the quiz. How many points did you get, Davey?
I got 2 points. You had 1 point.
1 point.
Would you like to...
No.
Oh.
So that means as we end Spencer's round, we move into Philip Hoy having a massive lead by scoring 5 points on my quiz, 1 point on Spencer's, puts him at 6 points. Massive.
6-2 at the moment.
6-2. So I've got to win 5 questions in a row to actually secure this victory. So if I get one wrong, I know what you like, Phil. Before we even dive into this, I know what you like. I know you'll have structured this against me because you don't want me to take this crown, this beautiful crown that I've been wearing for, I wish, 10 episodes time. And actually, I can't even... Do you know what? I'm not even going to take it off. Thank you. I might as well wear it for the one last time because I don't think it's coming home with me tonight.
King Davey, I don't think it is.
I don't think it
because
is.
You are
The queen
right.
died.
I have stacked the odds against you. A lot of these questions are angled towards Spencer. I wanted him to win because we had 2, you had 2, Spencer just had the 1.
My homie.
What are we like if we can't equal it up?
Exactly.
Well, I think we might go into this in episode 70 with you being on 3, but let's see what you got in store for us. You've been promising us a cultural shift. You've been promising us something that will change the UK.
He said this is the quiz of quizzes.
He did.
He said the chase is second rate to his chase.
I did.
He said, who wants to be a millionaire? It's actually who wants to be a fillionaire. And that's what he said to us. And I was like, okay.
I might use that one actually. That's
Yeah, well,
brilliant.
That's quite smart. Right, give it a minute.
Can I get a point for that?
No.
Oh, okay.
Shot.
All right. Well, let's bring it on.
Okay, guys, to explain my quiz, I have 4 standard big quiz questions, as you'd expect. So there's a couple of questions from the past which you might remember.
12 planks.
And each of those is worth a point each, right? And with the help of video editing, we're going to call down the dove from above, okay?
You're editing this then.
I don't know if you've ever watched Shooting Stars.
I have.
But there's a
No.
certain thing, Spencer, and you go to call down the dove from so above us.
Like a bird call.
The dove is going to come down, and that'll help us select the questions. Okay, I'm going to
Okay.
read them out from the dove once
Okay.
you beckoned her down.
Okay.
From above,
Yes.
and then I'm going to have alternate selections from the dove for the questions. Okay.
Sure.
So. But you might notice there's only 4 questions on the dove
I'm
because the
trash.
final point
Listeners,
we're
I'm
going to
fucking
have
trash.
4 rounds of developer versus publisher
Jeez.
strip poker.
Oh, I got a strip.
So this is quick fire alternate questions. If you hesitate or pass, then you lose the round,
You
okay?
lose your shirt.
Whoever is left with more clothing on at the end of the quiz is the winner and takes the final point of my quiz.
Oh, I've been naked before. I'll do it
And
again.
before you ask, Crocs, 1 point. Socks, 1 point. So you couldn't lose and take off one Croc. You couldn't lose and just take off a sock. Okay, so it's a general piece of clothing. Okay, but that'll happen in between the dove from above. So let's start off, guys. We're beckoning the dove from above down.
I'll put my Crocs back on.
Bum, bum. Okay, so on the dove from above, we've got 4 questions. Okay, guys. So the questions are: who am I? Lick my feet. How many clanks? And what's in the box? Now, Spencer, you're trailing on the quiz, so I'm going to come over to you first.
Who am I?
And I'm going to ask you, which one of these categories do you want to go for from the dove from above?
Who am I?
Who
Who am I?
Look up and select.
Who am I?
This is a mistake. This is a mistake, Phil.
Look up and select an option.
Who am I?
Okay, so you have selected who am I?
You're fucking battered, fam.
Fun though, isn't it?
So the viewers will get an image
Yeah.
at the bottom of their screen at the moment. And the guys, I'm going to share with you on my iPad. Who am I?
Who the fuck is that? Is that from a video game?
So I'm going to come over to you first. And there's 4 rounds now. And you can ask me a question and it's yes or no, okay? So you can ask me whatever you want about this person. I'll say yes or no. And then we'll go to Davey. And then we'll come back to yourself. And then back to Davey, okay? So we've got 4 rounds of that. Just to help you identify who this guy is. Because ultimately, I wouldn't know who it was. So who am I? We'll start off with you, Spence. Do you have any clue who this person is? Do you have a question for me?
Are they ginger?
Yes.
Yes, shock.
What?
What do you mean shock? What do you mean
Davey?
what?
Who am I?
What do you mean what?
What do you mean the ginger?
Why are you surprised? Do not pay any attention to it.
Davey, who am I?
Are they black?
No.
Hard one, that one. In the middle.
No.
Spence, who am I?
I don't understand the answer you want me to give. They're closest wins.
No, we're trying to identify who the person is.
I don't fucking know the name. Fucking Lewis Capaldi. I don't
Nope.
fucking know the name.
Davey, who am I?
Is it female?
No. Spencer, who am I?
Is it the voice actor for Thrude?
No. Davey, who am I?
Do I have to guess now?
No.
Is it male?
Yes.
Yes.
Spencer, this is your last question. Who am I?
Are they a voice actor in the game God of War Ragnarok?
No. Davey, who am I?
Fucking hell.
Well, thanks, Spence. You give me nothing here. So it's a
Fuck
male,
you.
ginger,
Cool, yeah.
afro kind of hair.
Afro kill, yeah.
Even though they're ginger, which is quite strange.
I literally
and they're
saw
not
them.
black, which is wild.
Well, slightly
They're not.
Mixed race?
mixed race. Let's go with mixed race.
Okay.
Fucking hell.
But the problem is you said it's a male.
This is someone that we have mentioned multiple times on the podcast. And now you've identified this as a male.
Oh, I know who it is.
Davey, who am I?
You're that guy from the Game Awards orchestra that plays the little
Oh,
the
this
flutes
fucking
and goes
saxophone
mental.
guy.
Correct! Yes, you are! You are
Yes.
this guy! You are
Saxophone guy.
the saxophone man
we
from
are.
the Game Awards Orchestra.
me.
Congratulations, Davey. Who am I? You've got that right.
Oh, let's go.
Spencer, that is a shot for you. His name is Pedro, aka the flute guy.
The flute guy.
We have talked about him a lot.
We have.
And he's featured Who Am I? Spence, unfortunately, you need to now take a shot.
Can I have a shot glass? It's not a fucking free shot glass.
And can somebody grab me a beer?
Fuck you. That's full.
That's fine. I'll have that, mate. You should not drink anymore.
No, just limoncello for Spence.
You still enjoying it?
It's nice. It's nicer than Fireball.
Lovely, isn't it?
Just take it.
Yeah, it's lovely. And you go say, Monafica.
Mon ami, je m'appelle.
It's French. It's French. It's French.
It's not Italian.
Shot for that.
Massive je m'appelle.
Perfect.
Bienvenido, je m'appelle Bon Viennet.
So many different languages. So many languages going on.
My beast median with the brivo, gas for the vast for minyak. Baba the grido.
We lost him.
Okay,
Carry on.
we are on.
Oh yeah, come on.
So, viewers, listeners, we are now on to publisher versus developer. So we're going to bat this back and forth, a la ping pong, a la tennis. And we're going to say, Davey, is this a publisher or a developer? And you just have to shout it out. If you hesitate, or if you get this wrong, then you need to remove a piece of clothing. No shots involved here. So I'm just going to read down the list, and you need to be quick, okay?
Yo, get naked for me, please.
So coming to you first.
Who starts? Me.
You.
Yeah, you.
Form gen.
Developer.
Wrong. Publisher. First one. But this list is like 1,000 long.
Extensive.
I've never heard of them in my
Extensive.
life.
Doesn't matter. Form gen is a publisher. Take a bit of clothing off.
Already
Lost
have.
his crown. Lost his crown.
Lost my crown.
Okay. Now we are on to the next selection from the dove from above. So you have taken away Who Am I? So Davey, your selections are Lick My Feet, How Many Clanks, and What is in the Box. So which one would you like from the dove from above?
What's in the box?
What is in the box? Ba-ba-bum. Okay, viewers and listeners, this is a classic
Probably didn't pick Lick My Feet.
because I have a box. I'm going to pass it over to the guys to shake, to listen to hear what is in the box. And they've got to decipher what is in the box. It's an Amazon box. Has my address on. So if you zoom in, I do accept gifts.
That's small.
So now pass it over to Spencer.
Small. You ever played HD Rumble on the fucking 1-2 Switch?
So Spencer's
It's quite heavy, man.
jiggling the box there.
So we have to know exactly what it is, or whoever's closest.
I'll explain in a second. You're just feeling it at the moment.
Had a good feel.
Had a good feel? Pass it back. Okay, the guys have had a feel of the box. How did it feel to you guys?
I think I just got sexually assaulted by Spence right now. Do you know what? It felt like it was way too big for the item.
Right.
Yeah.
True, it did. I agree.
And that's the big thing I'm taking.
Remember, you're against each other here. So
Yeah, but
what Davey might be saying might throw you off.
No, but we
Quite
can't
light.
have the same opinions.
Quite light.
You have the same opinions, yes.
Quite light compared to what I thought it would be.
Okay.
I thought it was heavier than I thought it would be.
Interesting.
So the brilliant thing is, guys, from now on, I can only say yes or no. There's no maybes involved here like the last one. And I'm going to come over to Spencer first. You get to ask me a question. I'm going to say yes or no about the item. At the end of the 5 questions, you get to guess. Whoever's closest, and I'm going to be the judge of this, will get the point. And someone will get the point. Someone will get the point.
What?
So going over to Spencer first,
Me first, fuck you.
you get the guess. And I can only say yes or no. Keep that in mind.
Only answer yes or no.
Only yes or no.
Is this an Amazon product?
No.
Oh no. Fuck. That fucking limited answer is so sure.
Is it a figure?
No.
Is it a what?
Figure.
Oh. Would you regard it as a bougie, an expensive product?
No.
Is it video game license?
Yes.
Oh, really?
So that's 2 questions each. Spence, on to your third.
How many do we have, Phil?
5.
Oh my god, 5. Jesus. Is it a typical collector's item?
No.
Is it related to resistance?
No.
Fuck off. Is it really?
3 each.
We know it's video games.
Yeah.
So
Is
the
it
one you got
part
right.
of the game we can't be mentioned? Series?
Nope.
Jesus Christ.
Is it male? No.
I would say it has. Oh, this is yes and no, but I'm going to go outside the realms of what I've stipulated because it has both male and female parts.
Oh my god.
What's that mean?
Spence, last question.
I'm way on 4.
Would you have sex with it?
No.
No, there we go. That
What?
helps quite a lot, mind. You gotta think, that helps quite a lot.
Is it a weapon?
Oh, bro.
No.
It's a transformer then. It's a transformer, but you wouldn't have sex with it. You gotta think it's a weaponized transformer.
Okay, Spence, what is in the box?
Bumblebee.
Davey, what is in the box?
Optimus Prime.
You know what I'm saying?
Famous
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah, my god.
Did you not listen to how I structured this quiz?
No.
Because you've guessed the same as Spencer, and I said the closest one wins.
Yeah, but we both.
And you know it's video games related.
Yeah, but it's Transformer.
I think I'm going to award nil points for this because
Is it Chun-Li?
it is a PlayStation 1 multi-tap. It has both the male
Bro, those
and
don't exist.
female
They don't
bullshit,
exist.
that's
They
bullshit.
don't exist.
parts.
That's bullshit. That's
So
bullshit.
no nil points, unfortunately,
Bullshit.
guys.
That's bullshit.
Bullshit.
They don't literally don't exist.
So back to developer versus publisher.
Jeez.
So Davey, you got the first one wrong. So I'm going to come over to Spencer.
Oh, fuck.
So I'm going to say 7th level.
Publisher.
Yep. Big Fish Games.
Oh, I know Big Fish Games.
This is Davey.
It's you then. Go on.
I'm gonna say they're a developer.
Publisher. Drink.
I wouldn't know.
Now remove clothing.
Yeah, go on.
Socks, isn't it?
No.
Both socks. He's got to remove the socks.
Yeah, gotta get the socks out, baby. Does it smell them?
No.
Okay, moving back to the dove from above. We have 2 remaining questions on the dove. So we have lick my feet and how many clanks? Okay, Spence, which one would you like to select?
I'd prefer lick my feet because I love Street Fighter 6 Jury.
Okay, lick my feet it is. So Jury, she's very famous for those sexy, sexy feet. But what I want to talk to you about is her eye. Okay, the Feng Shui engine.
Feng Shui.
Which was the replacement for her left eye after a battle with Bison. But what I want to know, in which game did Jury have an eye patch? So we got Street Fighter 4, Street Fighter X Tekken, Street Fighter 5, and Street Fighter 6.
X Tekken.
I was going to ask Davey first, but you've jumped in and you've selected X Tekken. This is the one you think she has an eye patch, okay?
Yeah.
So you've got X Tekken. Davey, you've got Street Fighter 4, Street Fighter 5, and Street Fighter 6. Which one of those did Jury have an eye patch? We're massive fighting games fans. Spencer, you are a Jury main in the newer games,
Nah,
correct?
Yes.
Might as well go 5.
You're going to say 5 she had a patch.
Yeah.
Well, correct. Street Fighter 5, Jury had an eye patch. Street Fighter 4, no
So,
patch.
I played
Street
fucking
Fighter X
Poison
Tekken,
in
no
X Tekken.
patch. Street Fighter 6, no patch. It was Street Fighter 5, she had an eye patch for the Feng
played
Shui
Poison in
engine.
X Tekken.
So, Spencer, that is time for you to take that shot.
What a shot.
There you go, mate. Get in you.
No.
Just drink it down.
Just get in you, mate.
What's this?
Jaeger, I think. Good lad.
Well done to Spencer for taking that shot. So we are now on to the next round of developer versus publisher.
Fucking hell.
And we haven't got very far down the list so far. So I'm going to start with Spencer and we're going to ask you, developer or publisher? So, Azubo Studios.
You know Asbo.
Oh, yeah. Astros.
Developer or publisher?
I think that might be a hesitation.
Oh, developer.
Is that hesitation?
No, developer. You said developer.
You're going to go developer. Okay. Armor Games.
Say developer. No idea.
Publisher. Unfortunately, Davey. So now you've got to take off a pair of clothes.
All right.
Okay, we are on to my final question out of 4. The dove from above. I've only just got
Total
the...
boyfriend.
Has only got the single question left, which is how many clanks, which is a podcast classic.
Shock.
I'm just going to read this, if that's okay.
What's he doing?
I don't know.
I just say when I win.
Phil.
If I win.
Phil. He's a wild card at the moment.
What I'm saying is, if I win.
Phil,
It's gonna be a nightmare.
The whole thing is, if I win, I want Phil to fucking save me up.
Phil, I know you're gonna win this quiz, but he's a loose cannon right now. Oh shit! Yes. Why? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? He's broken. He's absolutely broken. Let's end this quiz as fast as you can. What's your last question, Phil? Let's get this over with, mate. I'm getting punished.
He thinks he's got a wall,
Can you
but
just...
guess what?
All right. So the last question of my quiz. From the dove from above. And we've selected every single one. We've had Who Am I? Lick My Feet. We've had What's in the Box. A couple of podcast classics. The last one on there is How Many Clanks?
How many clanks?
And I know we talk about Kratos in a positive vein here. We love him, don't we?
What is going on?
Okay, guys, we're on to the last part of my quiz, and that quiz is How Many Clanks? It's a podcast classic, as we know. And we are big advocates for God of War, so we should know the answer for this one. We know Kratos is a big lad. When you compare him to Clank, he's 6'4" of a man. That's 195 centimeters. Davey, that is way above you. Even when you used to have a faux hawk, that is making you look small.
Yeah, it's big.
But my question to you is, I'm comparing Christopher Judge in his gold suit and his high heels. How many clanks measures up to the big man from the Stargate? A, 2.984 meters. Is it B, 4.45 meters? Is it C, 3.18 meters? Or is it D, 5.19 meters? And I'm going to come over to Spence because he's losing. He's swaying a little bit. He is wrecky. So where are we going with this one, Spence?
I can't get into that camera. But it's 3.198 meters.
I'm going to go for the options 2 point something. I think it's
2.984 clanks.
Yeah, I'm going to go for that.
Okay. Bum, bum, bum. Spencer, you are correct with 3.183 clanks.
Well done.
Clank is 2 foot tall or 60 centimeters. Chris Judge is 6'2", same as myself. 191.
You ain't 6'2". You ain't 6'2".
meters tall.
You ain't 6'2".
So,
Okay.
Davey, it's time for you to take that
I'm getting
shot.
beyond you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, that is diabolical.
Okay, we are on to the last part of my quiz, and this might mean that you have to remove the all-important last piece of clothing. So look out, ladies, the boys are out tonight in developer versus publisher. Now, Davey, you haven't done very well tonight on this.
No.
Spencer, it's not.
I've
looking
got a
good.
2-incher.
It's not looking good for you either. But I'm going to come to you first because
It
I think
literally can't look good for me.
because you are losing the quiz. Okay, so we're going to go orbital media.
Oh, but do I pick one? Oh, developer.
Wrong, publisher. Take a piece of clothing off Spencer. You lose that one. So Davey, you get the final point.
It's a bit sad. It's a bit sad.
I'll do it, man. I don't give a shit.
How many points did you get for?
Three.
Okay. Score at the end.
Well, that's the end of your quiz, isn't it, Phil?
I think so.
That's it.
Yeah. And I gotta say, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed getting
Thanks,
naked.
mate.
I enjoyed the little games. It was a good time. But it means that Philip Hoy is now the new champion of the crown, and I'm quite happy to hand it over to Philip Hoy. So it means that Philip Hoy has ended episode 60 as the three-time champion of the big quiz. Phil, well done. Well deserved. And this has been episode 60 on that landmark occasion. I've been Davey.
I've been Phil. Thank you very much.
I've been Spencer fucking Davis.
Take care, guys.
Peace.
Peace.
In PS We Trust is hosted by Davey, Phil, and Spencer. You can write into the show via our email, pswetrust@gmail.com. Our Twitter is @InPSWeTrust. To find each of us online, follow our Twitters, @SSJDavey, @PhilipHoy, @SpenPie_. Thank you for listening. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other. See ya.